Hey guys, just figured I'd do some more Hades streaming today. I'm still just really enjoying this game. Like, I kind of just go, especially on roguelikes, I kind of just go until I burn out in a game and then we'll try some other stuff. But last time we were finally able to get a win, we did a super long, like, 6.5 hour stream compared to my normal streams, like, have been like 2.5 to like 4 hours. But we finally got our first win at 20 escape attempts. Not too bad. We had multiple attempts that failed on Hades, but we were able to do it with the gun. So I figured we kind of saw at the end there's obviously a ton more unlocks to do now. There's like modifiers we can do on runs and such. Um, but we spent like all of our stuff. So I figured we just hop into runs, try and get some more wins. I figured we should maybe try and use some of the weapons we haven't been using, because we obviously got our first win with the gun, right? Super powerful weapon. I really enjoyed it, but here we go. So I've used the gauntlets and the sword a fair amount. The shield I haven't used as much. I'm thinking we need to use either the spear or the bow. We'll probably go with the spear just because it's got the bonus. I was struggling with the spear because while it has a little bit of range that a lot of the other melee weapons don't have, I felt like it also lacks some of the knockback. But the dashing strike is good, and if you can charge it up, that's a pretty good charge attack as well for some AoE. So it's definitely not a bad weapon. I'm still not sure how I'm gonna do. The bow is the only weapon that I don't think I've beaten. Maybe I haven't done with the spear. But I know for certain I haven't beaten the second boss even with the bow, which is hilarious because the bow is the first weapon that we were able to get a win on against the first boss with. But clearing out all of those Hydra heads, I think the only way I could get a really good end game run with the bow, as far as I understand so far with the moons I've seen, is trying to do not a cast, a special with the Q kind of build, because it is just a quick volley. But let's just hop in with this spear real quick, and then we'll see how far we can go. I really haven't looked at a lot of these modifiers. I was thinking maybe we'd just do like one skull. I was gonna see what all of these are. Like, all prices are higher. Any effects restore less of your life. All foes deal bonus damage. Jury summons. Foes and standard. Okay, you know what? That's maybe not the worst thing in the world. But I don't know how much these modifiers affect. Obviously, you can choose a condition during more bounties, all that stuff. But we haven't even gotten out with the Eternal Spear. So if I'm gonna, you know what? With the spear, I might add some of these packs with some of the weapons that I'm a little bit more confident with aside from the gun. But the spear and the bow, I wanted to do a quick run with each, see how far we can get, because these are the two weapons I'm definitely the least comfortable with overall. Let's just kind of see what happens.
My good sister Demeter already tried to poison you against me, as I understand, young man. Foster sister.
Yeah, it was definitely really, really tragic, though.
Loath as she is to accept her role as
Yeah,
member of our great
I was a
family.
little surprised Demeter showed up and we didn't have like Apollo. Which, to be fair, I get Apollo probably would have coincided with a lot of Artemis's perks. But like we have Daedalus of all people instead of Phaistos. And again, if I'm not mistaken, I always thought Daedalus was the father of Icarus. So it was just stuff like that. Like I'm not crazy familiar with Greek mythology, but I've always found it fun. You know, lots of stories grew up with like Percy Jackson and stuff like that. So definitely interesting. Let's see. So we can either get 13 consistent lightning damage off our attacks, which we will proc really fast, or 38 off our special. The Thunder Dash also isn't bad. Either of these would probably be good. Let's go with the dash maybe, because we do a lot of dashing attacks, so either way, we'll be making pretty good value of that. But we'll just have to see how far we can go. We can grind out some unlocks. I still want to see how high an affinity. I was going with Meg and Cerberus before anyone else. I think we also need to give some nectar to the gods that you can give nectar to. I don't think you can all of them, but I know we really haven't been doing that. Harrisburg. Okay. But yeah, I just want to see if I can even get a win again. I don't want to do a crazy long stream again. I don't mind doing longer streams, but oh man, that was a tiring last stream. It was because I kept getting so close. We got so many runs. I was like, oh, we got 2 Hades, and I didn't want to just give up. So I was really glad we were able to end that last stream on a win. The great, the nice thing too is we now have 4 revives because we're getting one for a keepsake that revives us at 100 health, and we were able to get that last rank on our mirror. I'd like to check out some of the flip sides on the mirror as well, because I know every single perk has a flip side, but
Sensed
haven't really
treachery,
messed around with that a whole lot.
possibly the real kind. For you have slain the living near the surface, have you not? Mere vermin, yes, but good enough for me.
Let's see, cast into Blade Rift after you take damage. So I really like this one, but it is the lowest rarity. Again, I don't think the answer is always going for the highest rarity. But in this case, I'm trying to think again of what could help us with crowd control some of the bosses, and I do really like the Blade Rift effect on Castle. Let's try this. Doom damage isn't bad either. Oh, okay, I was gonna say I definitely want to go in here. Every time I get the chance to go into the Chaos Room, I do. Usually it's something that weakens you for a few rooms, usually 3, 4, and then it gives you a pretty good buff afterwards. We also need to maybe be a little bit more conscious of gaining more of the permanent mats. Well, I guess if any of the Olympians worshipped Chaos, it would be the God of War. So let's see. Chamber War previously hidden. Specials at... Let's try this. Okay, so 5 chambers. We won't be able to tell what we're getting, which is a little unfortunate. But either way, we're still getting rewards. It makes it a little bit more difficult to plan ahead and get what we want. But it is still the first floor. We still have lots of opportunity to gain power. So, not too bad. I've only had one run, I think, out of literally all 20 since we unlocked Chaos. I don't remember at what point we unlocked it. But I know I've only had one run where I was able to get multiple Chaos perks, which is interesting. Get these crystals. Yeah, the biggest reason we were able to beat Hades the last time was we got literally a super powerful rocket that launched, we turned the little mortar strike from the gun into a rocket immediately, which does a lot of good damage, very, very helpful. And then we got the perks that made it into a spread of 5 rockets in exchange for some damage, but we had so much extra damage on our rockets that it didn't matter. And so when Hades will summon a bunch of these he'll throw something at us. Oh, I did not want to go to a shop this early, that's unfortunate. But he'll throw like these little projectiles out, and then they'll turn into a little bomb timer. And when the timer goes off, if you haven't killed it by then, it will actually like send out a big circular wave of damage. And the issue we were having against that in some of our failed attempts were if we couldn't kill that fast enough, sometimes he'd summon like 4 at a time. And so our rocket build was able to one-shot those, and that was the biggest reason. And it was a lot safer than an auto-attack build against Hades himself. But we'll have to figure something else out, obviously. I don't think that's going to be possible. I don't think a cast build on the melee weapons is the worst thing in the world. But like on the spear, I can't imagine that I might be able to... I don't know, the rockets have pretty much infinite range until it hits something. Max health is good. So I really don't know. I'm not familiar enough with this game to really understand what's good or what's not. I just usually go for whatever sounds good and then try to center around a few specific gods. Because I have found that kind of combining the perks of a few specific gods does help. As I'm just taking some chip damage here for no reason. And I do think that mitigating damage is really, really important. Like, the more and more I've been playing, the more and more I've realized that that is important. You know, let's do the treasure trove. We haven't been doing them. Because as I was getting closer and closer to fighting Hades, I really felt like it was the best opportunity was just to make sure that we could, you know, not take extra risk for permanent upgrades. But in exchange, I think I mentioned, like, I felt like that delayed my 3rd revive a lot longer. And if we'd had the 3rd revive earlier, it could have been helpful. So it's a give or take. Like, see there, we only took a little bit of damage, and we still recover 3 per floor. We have one more room where we can't tell what we do. We'll just hope we get lucky, because we haven't really gotten any boons. And that Chaos boon was, I believe, increased special, yeah. We haven't been using it a whole lot, but that is noticeably more damage. So if we can get something good for that, I've actually been a pretty big fan of Demeter's abilities. Boons. She usually gives you like a frosty slow effect. Very, very helpful, but sometimes not the best with certain abilities. Like on the rocket, I was taking it because it made the rocket do like a ton more damage. But ow. The downside was... Okay, that's not bad. Let's do Dash Lightning. But the downside was, and we haven't even been using my cash, jeez, I just realized. Oh, funnily enough, these are both the 2 gods that we noticed at the end of our last run yesterday. We've gotten the least amount of boons from. You can kind of check in the menu here. And yeah, we have, I mean, obviously aside from Demeter, but Demeter we didn't even unlock until the first time we'd gotten out of the 4th floor and fought Hades. But Dionysus, we still have to get 11 more conversations / boons, 7 more from Artemis. Let's go with Dionysus. Let's see what we can make happen. I don't know if every god has a duo perk potentially between each other, but I am forgetting to use my cast here. I don't know if this is one of the casts that can't debuff the... Oh gosh, I just dashed in that twice. I don't know if this is one of the casts. Yeah, it looks like I have one of the casts that can't add the stacks for debuffs onto the enemies, which isn't the best. And we've already taken quite a bit of damage to the first floor, honestly. We did take like 21 from going to the Chaos Realm, but in the long scheme of things, that wasn't that much. We've just been taking a lot of small hits here and there, which is really the killer in this game because you need to make sure you're healthy as possible for the Hades fight. So, it's the 21st, yeah. I mean, it was really tragic. We actually escaped on our 20th try, and only to find out that even though we were able to reunite with our mother, Persephone, it didn't really matter because we couldn't live. For whatever reason, it said like we had the same curse as our father, Hades, and, ooh, stronger. So, I'm trying to decide. So, Hangover is a really good effect. Genuinely. Yeah, it's like, I do really want that call, because that's a lot of free damage. I'm gonna just try and get this here, though. If we invest in this early, using a fountain gives all health, so every single fountain we get heals us to full, no matter how much max health we get. Really gives a lot of value to that. And we'll get a 4% bonus damage isn't the most. But I'm really thinking that can be helpful. And let's go see Sisyphus. That exclamation point symbol, different for every floor. I haven't seen one on the 4th floor, I don't know if one can appear. But the first floor is Sisyphus, the second floor is like I think she's a dryad, but she has like a tree for hair. And then the third one is a moody guy who can give us all of our death defied back, including the keepsake one. So really, really helpful.
Gone for quite a while. Why, I heard tell you made it all the way outside, and I believed it for a while there. Yet here you are. What happened, might I
We
ask?
did make it all the way outside.
I made it out of here indeed, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna be sad having this conversation with everyone.
Turns out there was good reason for me to come back. Not the least of which is visiting my friends from time to time.
That's nice of him to say. That's not the reason, we all know,
I'm
but
certainly delighted to hear that. So long as you achieved what you set out to do. But what brings you back
it's
again
really
this way?
tragic though. It's very like Greek mythology-esque, but the fact that Zagreus is basically constantly trying to get out just to spend a little bit of time with his mother.
Something I
But I want to see what consecutive conversations with Persephone look like.
for long either way, I
Because the first time she just couldn't believe it. Apparently she thought Zagreus was dead. And we still don't know why. Obviously we know why Hades didn't tell Persephone that Zagreus wasn't alive. Or was alive. But we don't really know why Nyx did. Nyx was very, very close with him.
Out of here again and again, is it? Well, they say repetition is the key to mastery, Prince said.
He would know.
I'll send you on your way.
We can take healing. We are missing a good chunk of health, but you know, we're getting to the point. Let's I think we'll get healing. Obviously we really need it. We'll get darkness on a run that we feel more confident with the weapon, but on the bow and the spear we're probably just gonna get money to try and get an extra boon, because I'm really not confident with these weapons. Bye, Sisyphus. Ooh, after this room we'll be up to 150 max health. That's not so bad. But what's weird about our perks is that we definitely, I mean, at the moment, right? Ooh, almost ran on that crowd. We have like what? One Dionysus, one Zeus, one Ares. Again, I would like to focus really heavily on Dionysus and Artemis, because we haven't gotten nearly all of the conversations. Same with the Demeter. But that's not always the case. And some of the boons that we're more familiar with could be out. Could be easier to get a longer run with. Oh, don't do that. I dash straight through that. Luckily, as long as we don't lose a death defied, there's a fountain at the end of every floor, so with our current boon, we'll at least tier to full. And we have more max health. Last time we were able to do it, ironically, we were to beat Hades without even using a death defied. No, I think we used one at the very end. Maybe. It was either 0 or 1. But generally speaking, especially with a weapon that I'm not super familiar with, I'd like a little bit more of that. Let's just gain, and we'll do this. And I'm going to be risky. I don't think I'm going to need to do Hydrolite, because I think I can get enough health back that will be okay. I'm going to go here buy a boon. We could buy health here if we feel the need, but now that I know our fountain's going to heal us to full, there's Artemis.
use this.
Not as much of a concern.
Underworld, it seems quality hunting gear doesn't come cheap, apparently.
Nope. Alright, let's see. So dash strike deals more damage. 80% dash strike damage is helpful with how much we dash. But you know what? Let's get an attack buff instead of... I'd love to get this epic here, and it would replace our previous rare dash perk, which would definitely be a lot of damage. But I'd rather get a perk right now for something that I don't have a boon in, than just go for something that I, don't necessarily need to use. But 94 health going into the first Fury. Guessing looked. I feel like he's wrong pretty much every time. Yeah. I don't know if that's intentional or if it actually could be that one, but...
Then
Is he gonna try to schmooze Megara too?
You know, I think I'd rather fight you to the death again than try to answer either of those questions right now.
That's pretty funny, actually.
I don't know what you're up to, Zagreus.
Hmm.
But I guess it doesn't matter either way. All that matters is you're not getting past me.
Honestly, my least favorite of the three to fight is absolutely the... Oh, and I need to increase my cast. My cast is definitely weird. I definitely like when your cast is the... Because of our mirror perk, we get a damage bonus of like 40%, I think, for every one of the casts that's in an enemy. But the Ares boon, at least that we have... Oh, don't forget that. Will, if nothing else, give us kind of repeatable... Like, we can pick them up immediately afterwards, which is nice. And they are, eventually, if we can upgrade it, gonna do some good damage. They could be good crowd control on, like, say, the Hydras. But you never know. I mean, we'll have to give it a try. Oh, ow. Ooh, not that. But luckily, I mean, we're pretty confident on the Harpy one. To be fair, it only took... We only lost to the, We've used Death Divides every now and then, being stupid on the Harpies. Or the Furies, sorry. But we've only actually ever died on this twice. Yeah, it was twice. Because even our very first stream on this, we beat the first floor in the third try that got to the boss. I think we beat the Hydra on the third try as well. I actually think we did... I'm trying to think. I want to say it was like third try for the first two bosses. Fourth or fifth for Theseus and the Bull. Mostly because I was panicking. A lot. And then Hades it took like 6 or 7. But overall, like, not bad. As far as like other runs that we had fail, I think we lost a couple on Elysium. And obviously some of our early runs failed in the first two floors as well. But getting our first win in attempt 20, especially since, like, attempt 16, I think it was, did go to the second phase and Hades down to, like, a third. So, not bad. I do feel kind of bad killing Megara compared to the other two Harpies, because the second one, without the eyes, is constantly just calling us a murderer, which... Not exactly untrue, but it is Greek mythology. And the third Harpy is just constantly talking about seeing us bleed. Which, it is weird that Zagreus, if he is the son of Hades and Persephone, it is a little bit strange, in my opinion, that he does still bleed red. You would think he, would. Let's actually grab another Chaos boon, because the previous one was pretty powerful. Yeah, I'm sure of Surge. We also probably want the Daedalus hammer buffs. The hammer buffs are always really, really good. But generally speaking, I'd take just about anything right now. I do still want to kind of keep our themes together, though, because we basically have a bunch of different boons right now from different gods. Like, we really don't have, like, Artemis, that's the Dionysus. Oh, no, that's Ares, that's Zeus, and that's Dionysus, that's Chaos. I don't think there's any synergy between Chaos. And this is only the second time that I've had more than one Chaos perk, and it's because we just paid 55 and our health both times to guarantee it showed up. So, I don't know what the chances are of it appearing, or if it's less consecutively, but every time you cast, get hit by that after which you're down. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We could get 32 max life if we're willing to lose HP on attack, but we're not really playing a weapon that I'm willing to just go with the Q on. Q and cast. We could do it, because our cast is very quick return because it's the Ares one, plus our spear. I just don't want to risk it. Extra gold could also be good, but let's do this. So we just don't want to cast. We haven't really been casting because I keep forgetting. Honestly, that's really just the only reason. But now I have a reason not to. Oh, as I immediately push that on accident. I didn't actually mean to do that, though. Yeah, so we lose a little bit of HP now every time we cast for the next 4 runes. But it's not like we can apply the debuff, which is usually the main reason you cast, so. I'm going back to my old habits of dashing straight into the lava and Asphodel, so there's that. Nectar or Megara. Let's visit her, because this is the... I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be a Dryad. I really love listening to her song, genuinely. I think it's really, really pretty, and yeah, it's just so good.
Must be Eurydice.
Eurydice.
Hey, hon.
Pretty sure I've given her the just can't listen to it for a bit every time. It's just so good.
Hey, hon, what's going on? Speak up. I know when
I just can't... I know it's a tree.
and something's up.
Oh, she's a muse, apparently. She looks like a Dryad a bit to me. I guess to be fair, the Dryads Or is it the satyrs on the? I think it's satyrs on the fourth floor.
Well, it's just, I think I wanted to tell you more of Orpheus since
Oh, yeah.
he's court musician in my father's house. Calls you his muse. Says he misses you terribly.
Wonder if they could reunite them.
Thought you should know.
Orpheus said all that, huh? Tell you what, the next time you run into him, you ask him about the time that he came all this
Oh,
way to
no.
try and save me, even though I was all
Orpheus is not fighting.
Can you guess how that turned out?
Yes, I do believe I can.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look, I didn't mean to upset you.
Yeah, well, neither did he. But you know what? Actions beat intentions, hun. Now here. How about
Jeez.
a treat? And you can
That's one of those, like, I'm sure Orpheus really did try. I wonder how that turned out. I would assume Orpheus just got messed up. I can't imagine him even getting past the Fury. Once again, I really like this one. The third one I usually use to get my Death Defies back, if I've lost any. And then the first one you've seen is either Healing, Gold, or Darkness. But here we can get 2 upgraded boons to the next rarity, which would be pretty good here because we have all blues. So I might actually do that this time. 4 random boons get a level, just a bunch of pomegranates basically. Or the next 3 boons, I usually get Refreshing Nectar actually just because that increases the chance of finding more and more epics. But here it should upgrade theoretically.
Here you go.
Strong Drink and Deadly Strike. So Deadly Strike went up to epic and Strong Drink as well. So Fountain, I don't think that did. Wasn't it 4% before? That's a little bit irritating. Maybe it was only 3. I thought that was 4% though, and it was full health before. That's fine. But either way, we still got quite a bit of bonus attack damage there. Decent chunk. A Zeus perk. Well, I guess to be fair, we did have 1 Zeus perk. It's just difficult because a lot of the boons do eventually synergize well, like really, really well if you can get multiple of the same ones. But I'm not really the same. This is a weird one. I don't mind the barge so much.
I'm rich. Curse of chaos.
What just hit me? Oh, I'm an idiot. It's because I casted. Already forgot. I have 2 more fights including this. I don't use my charge attack nearly enough on this weapon. Ah, gosh. But I can time that right. Hit one of them. Yeah, I'm still, like, even after having gotten a successful run and consistently getting past, like, the, at least to the end of the 3rd floor, like we did last stream, I still take a lot of damage in Asphodel. And I feel like I definitely lose a life on the Hydra more often than I should. I have a bad feeling that with the Spear and the Bow, that will definitely be the case. Ooh. But I need to stop forgetting that I can't be casting for the next round. Honestly, eventually, if I get the chance to ditch my current cast, I might, just because the debuff for doing bonus damage is very helpful. Let's see, lightning effects also make Force Jolted. We only have... That's tough, because we're taking a decent chunk of damage. But that's 149 revenge damage on damage that ideally we're avoiding. But this immediate revenge damage could be helpful. Special, I'm not super... I mean, we do need a special perk here. But if I'm going to go for something on special, it's probably just going to be something for raw damage, just to try and make it more helpful. So... let's try this. This should be more consistent. Even though it's a higher rarity and it's more damage, you have to consider this is only going to proc when I take damage. Whereas this will proc every time we do lightning effects, and we do lightning every single time we dash right now, and there's still potential to get more lightning effects. So my thought there is that that should be a little bit more consistent. Like, it's the chance of, do I take damage, which is, you know, pretty high, and apply, or will I be able to apply Jolted twice for my dash? And a lot of enemies do move around quite a bit. But... oh, dash straight into that one. Yeah, you can see there, like, I'm doing quite a lot. I don't know if Jolted stacks. I want to say it does, because I know, like, Dionysus poison stacks, a lot of other effects like that stack. But, I really do want to get a good Dionysus build going. And I'm still just thinking ahead, too, to what I'm going to do for a bow run, because to some extent, you can't really control what you do, but when you have the choice, how? You know, the decision is there to be made. You kind of got to think about that. But we're just taking so much free damage. Like I said, I'm just not the biggest fan of the spear. If I'm going to use a melee weapon now, I would much rather have some knockback on it to kind of help out. We do need a hammer here, because we haven't even picked them up. And these buffs are generally, I don't know if they can be upgraded, but the Daedalus Hammer upgrades are so powerful. Very, very helpful. And this is the last room that we can't really be casting. And the cast is, you know, because it's such a quick cast, Ares Spin Blade, definitely will be helpful to have that. So let's see. I feel like my melee strategy really is just dash attack, but the dash attack feels so good compared to like trying to stand still for a second and oh gosh, we're definitely gonna use a Death Divider 2 on this board. That's okay though. Like I said, the bow and the spear I really just don't use hardly ever.
Chaos has expired.
Oh, interesting. So we can make our special bounce. I don't use my spin attack enough. Like hardly ever. It's only when I really think that I can. Oh,
That'll do.
that's actually basically the rocket launcher, but on the spear. I might have messed a little bit more into my special now. That kind of sounds pretty neat. So max health or this. So we can buy a boon here. We won't be able to buy boon and a healing. So let's see what's there, because we are pretty worse for wear right now. Yeah, next is the... Oh, yeah, we hadn't even beaten the second boss on this. I knew I hadn't with the bow, but... I think what I might do here is go pomegranate food.
Why not?
If I'm lucky, I can prevent using a Death Divide, but again, I'm not super worried about that. I'm not planning on trying to be Hades with the bow, or the spear this run. I'm just trying to get a little bit more practice with it. The more jolted attacks. So this is only 8% damage. I definitely don't want to do this. I don't think that's worth it. So I could increase quite a bit of jolted damage. Again, every single time we dash, we're doing a lot of jolted damage. But I kind of... you know what, let's go for the raw damage. I really want to keep strengthening my cast and my melee attack, / dash attack. But I think we should also just keep in mind, you can't force a build. I know I was talking like with Wormy about that in Slay the Spire. Forcing a build can kill runs in roguelites, you know? That's just how it is. So let's go with what we have. And we'll figure out everything else around the way. We're doing decent damage at least. My concern, as always with this fight though, is just the 81 damage. That's not difficult. Oh, I should summon beams. We still don't have a call. Which, to be fair, on the run we beat Hades last time, the very last run, we didn't have a call until the very end. Like, literally it was one of the last things we picked up on the 4th floor. So I can't say that concerns me too much, but a call is still helpful. Oh gosh. Why did those fire that way? Oops. Let's not let the Bone Hydra summon more enemies. A little bit easier to take care of these now than once, you know, there's a ton of them to deal with. Yeah, I'm not... I do like the Blade Call effect. I'm not sure I'm liking this effect on my cast, though. I think it's making it a little bit more difficult to consistently get damage down, because usually that cast, again, with the mirror upgraded all the way on that boon, or perk through the mirror, I don't know what they're called, everyone's called. I know the god gifts are called boons. But with that gift, you know, every single one that's in an enemy is like a 40% damage increase. So not being able to apply that is definitely not the best. Oh my gosh, I stepped right into that lava. Or something. That did like 16 damage though. One more Hydra head. It's trying to summon by my friend still. Wait, is it? Okay, there we go. We need to be careful here. It's going to do the triple bounce for sure. I think we heal the full, so if I can avoid losing my... Oh gosh, I didn't see that one's there. Fine. I'm afraid of it doing the triple bounce and me just losing all my health. Oh, dang it! Ah, see, I should have been more careful because it was so close. We'll still heal to full because of our Dionysus perk, I think it was. Was it Dionysus? But we definitely could have saved that Death Defied so easily. I got greedy there, I think. That's fine. That was just me playing really, really softly.
Enjoy your magma bath.
But that was the first time we managed to beat that with the spear. And that was a lot simpler than I thought it might be because of how much I struggle with the spear. So that gives me hope that maybe the bow won't be too bad. I do think we're going to need a cast build, though. I don't see how a regular... With how long you have to charge every single auto attack. Okay, so it did upgrade. It just didn't show immediately. Because it definitely was 4% before. Oh, okay. That's why I was so confused. So that's the total bonus damage. I didn't even realize. So it's going up by 5% instead of 4%. That's still free damage every time you use a fountain. And we can get fountains in the 2nd and 3rd floor just randomly as well. So not too bad. We don't need the healing items. Don't need the damage to armor. So yeah, we'll just pass. Good to save the money. Get more boons. I don't think we're doing too poorly. I don't know how the Theseus, Asterius, I think is the bull's name, the Minotaur's name. Don't know how that's gonna go. We still don't even have a special one, but again, we had the opportunity for the Zeus one. I really wanted one that was gonna just give us raw damage, and there usually is one, especially since I didn't know you could get the rocket, basically, thing for the spear. That actually makes the cast on this a lot better, in my opinion. So we can go for an upgrade or money. I'm gonna go for money. Usually it's 100, I believe, off these chambers. That'll give me enough for a boon, and then we can save up towards trying to get a healing item if needed. But I think that, you know, it goes back to saying, like, not every one of the, you know, the dadless boons is crazy strong, but a lot of them feel so good. Like, genuinely, I really like a lot of the dadless boons. Or, yeah, dadless. I keep thinking it should be Hephaestus, though, because it's a hammer, but definitely dadless. Maybe I should have sold the Ares perk if it gave me the option. Like I said, I mean, the 3 damage off. Oh, gosh. The 3 damage off of, Dadless perk is super, super helpful.
Thank the gods.
When you get, like, Rocket. Because, again, I was barely using special before, and now it feels a lot better. You know, let's go for nothing. We have 150 max health. Usually I like to have about 200 by the end of Elysium. But a lot of times there's a max health option when you're searching for... In the 4th floor, I was so glad you don't have to actually fight Cerberus. The 4th floor, you basically get a bunch of options to go through. You fight a bunch of mini rooms. And then one of them will eventually have Cerberus' treat, and that's how you move past him. Oh, gosh. But, oh, I ran straight. I'm playing really bad. Jeez. First run of the day, it's been weird for me. Like, it's either really sloppy or it's like a run that goes really far. Because the first run, I think yesterday, we went straight to, like, Hades. But today, it's not going so well. Attack has more range, deals 40 damage to distant foes, dash strike gets 30. I don't want reduced dash range. I think that's a little bit too dangerous unless we could get another dash. So, and again, I just don't use spin attack nearly enough. Cool that you can do a spin attack, though, but let's get more range. That's bad, not bad.
That'll keep me alive.
You know what? I'm going to do that. It's going to make it... Now I don't have to worry if I do run into the... and we have more money here. If we do run into the NPC, since we've run into both Sisyphus and... I never remember her name. But the Muse, right? We do know that we have the opportunity, maybe, to get all of our Deathifieds back there, but I feel like a lot of times I do use it just to get one back. Because I'll lose one on either the Hydra or something else. So just restoring my Deathified there. Oh, I'm definitely going to use one in Elysium, aren't I? Jeez. Our build just is, I don't think we have the worst perks. I just don't think we have a very cohesive build. But we are dropping health left and right. Let's see, shop. Yeah, let's go to shop. Once again, we can't afford both a boon and healing. But we'll see what it is offered. Let's go healing pomegranate again. So, 8% attack damage. Yeah, definitely 8% attack damage here, I'd say. Get our attack stronger and stronger. Let's go for... I don't really want to fight a skull enemy right now, if I'm being honest. But we need more boons. If I could get the Dionysus perk to apply I think it's called the Drunken State on my cube, that could be very, very helpful. Oh, I forgot, yeah. So, we can fight the bull here by itself. Because, you know, and then it's missing a chunk of its health when you fight it with Theseus. Definitely a difficult fight. I still don't like the... I mean, I mentioned it. I'll say it like every time. Theseus literally ditched Ariadne in, just out of nowhere, you know, on an island after she risked everything for him. She just messed up. Like, I did think it was such a coincidence, though. I couldn't think, like... Off the front, like, obviously he's a bit of, like, a pompous guy in this game. But I couldn't quite place down why I disliked him so much from the start. Ah! And it's because legitimately in that vocal music program I did, I actually sang a song for like an entire semester as one of my projects with under, you know, the professor I studied with. Because in the vocal program we did have oh my gosh, trying to like discuss things like this and then also focus is like super hard for me, honestly. But it's fine if we use a death fighter too, honestly. Yeah, there's one. I don't think I've ever actually beat... Wait, no. The very last run, I think I actually beat both Theseus and, oh my gosh. Oh gosh. This is not going well. Hopefully this Dionysus perk we get is super worth it, because we are losing so much health here. Yeah, that was really rough. That was not the best Asterius fight here.
Most welcome here. Until we
Thanks, Asterius. I like Asterius a lot more than I like Theseus here.
Got you, Asterius.
But yeah, it was called Lasciatemi morire. Literally translates to "let me die," and it was from, I can't remember what, I want to think it was called Ariana, but oh, that's so good actually. So we didn't get the special that I was looking for, you know, obviously Influx Hangover again. We avoided the Zeus one, but this one's a little bit more focused damage. But here, if our health is below 50% after encounters, go back to 50%. That's immediately going to save us so much HP, you know? Right? Oh, unless it only, I guess it only procs immediately after the encounter. That's a little unfortunate, but if we're careful here, we can save another death to fight, so it's not the biggest of deals. Definitely not what I was hoping for, though. Yeah, because most ideally we would not use another death to fight here. Oh gosh. You also don't have a deflect, which is always something I prefer to have for the safety. Not super necessary, I wouldn't say, but it's very helpful. Because I'm still at the point where, like, now that I'm starting to understand what all the enemies do, I can keep a better eye on them, but it doesn't stop me from making dumb mistakes all the time. And you know, let's go here. Why not? We did go back to 75 HP, and this might be a bit of a waste, because we've already wasted 200 to get one of our Death Defies back. But let's see... Yeah, it's just... replaces... We're only getting one more back, but having 4 revives, knowing that we're probably going to use 1 or 2 on the Theseus fight, still helpful. I'm gonna get gold here on the gamble that if I can get another Charon shop, because usually there's an option of like Charon or free perk, right? Something, you know, free, right before a boss. On the idea that maybe this time I actually can get a boon, as well as a, oh my gosh, these shields. And again, I need to be using my cast. Even if my cast doesn't do a whole lot of damage, the thing about Ares is, it ticks so often. Ow! Ares' stuff ticks so often that it's, actually quite a lot of damage. Same thing with this call. Turns you into one of those spinning blades for a second, and even if it doesn't last for too long, it does a noticeable amount of damage. Once again here, the goal is to just not lose our death fight. Oh gosh. Not step in front of those traps. There's a trap right behind me. Oh my gosh. We just replenished our death defies. Don't do me like this game. Dang it. Man, yeah, I'm not playing well though, by any means. Again, I don't think we have the strongest build. I really would have liked to deflect, but it does not change the fact that I'm taking a lot of bad damage. Still have 3 death fights though. We should, if nothing else, be able to beat Theseus in the Minotaur. What's this? Gems? No, I'm not super confident in myself right now. Is Theseus in the Minotaur next? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's get an art. Okay, we can't get any healing, which is a little bit scary. Let's see. Collectibles. That's interesting. So there's a duel between Artemis and Zeus. Let's grab Call though, because it's only the rare version, but it's 110 damage, and I always save on the Theseus Minotaur fight for max at least once, if not twice. So that's 10 arrows. That's like 1,000, 1,100 damage. All 10 hits, so could be good. We want the dash damage. You know what? Let's do this. Just because you spend a lot of time running in this fight. I'm 100% thinking we're going to use at least 1 death to fight here, though. This fight is really rough.
Time for the main event. Theseus, before you flap your ghostly guns at me again, I'd like to hear from good Asterius this time. I'll never get a word in thanks to you.
Dude.
The king
Nice.
speaks for the both of us, short one. Though if you
We just spoke, dude. Like, this conversation works a little bit less well when you were just really nice to me when we fought 1-on-1. Okay. Oh gosh. Yeah. It's just... I do think it's really cool, though, that they made a boss like Theseus that, does... He gets a boon from one of the gods as well. I don't know if it can be... I'm pretty sure, unless it's just a coincidence, I've never seen it. But I feel like it probably can't be the same one as the one you have, if you have a call. But I don't know if it just, like... If you had a perk for every oh my gosh. If you had a boon from every god... Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. I'm not playing super well. My goal genuinely at this point is to at least get to Hades every run. And I do want to try and get at least one more win this stream. Let's try and finish off the Minotaur here. That was a lot of damage. Ah, Theseus. My problem is if you focus the... I think the Bull is a little bit easier to deal with one-on-one. But Theseus isn't too bad either. It's just difficult because when the Bull goes off screen, the worst you have to worry about is the Bull charging you, usually. You know, we're doing like the leap. Ow. Whereas against Theseus, he'll throw a spear back and forth, and it does quite a bit of damage, actually. And it'll hit you up from off screen. Oh, that's not good. Not been the best doing this one. Oh gosh. Yeah, we might actually die. We've already used 2 death defies. And we're about to use a 3rd. We got Poseidon this time. We're about to have max arrows, though. That should do a good chunk of damage. That almost hit me. Ooh, almost dashing that too. Okay, there we go. That was a huge chunk of damage, though. Yeah, Artemis's Call is really good at max damage. It's one of the more underwhelming ones, I feel, though, at, oops. I do feel it's a little bit more underwhelming at base. But yeah, we used 3 death defies there. That's not a good. Especially when you consider we've also replenished, like, 2. Oh, jeez. But we got it done. We at least got to the 4th floor. At this point, with 4 revives and everything, I feel like not beating Theseus and the Minotaur at base would be kind of a failure of a run. Even on a weapon that I'm not comfortable with. I could gain money right now. I'm not sure. I hate to do those timed buffs as well. Because, again, this 4th floor gives you a bunch of really short rooms. I think it's to drain it so that you can't bring a bunch of buffs into the Hades fight. Even if you got the Cerberus path first. Like, I might be wrong on that, but that's what it's always felt like to me. We still don't have a cast buff. Like, anytime I have the rocket buff, I really feel like... Where is it? Yeah. Every time I have the rocket buff, I just feel like I should be investing really heavily into special, but we still don't even have a special perk. It's the only one of the base ones we don't have. But here, we have all these different choices. I want to avoid the skulls. If the Cerberus Street is in the skull, I don't actually think you have to fight a big enemy at the end. But I'm terrified of doing that right now. Go for an Artemis buff. I definitely don't think this is going to be... Like, again, the successful run we did. We didn't even use a Death Defied, or if we did, it was, like, just barely. Again, I'd have to look at the VOD. I didn't post the VOD to YouTube because that was, like, a 6.5 hour VOD. But... you know, we did really well that fight, but we had an absurdly overpowered rocket build. We really don't have anything too crazy this run. Like, I do think this is the Q buff, though, from Daedalus, that if we're going to get a good successful run with the spear, would be ideal. Bunch of rats, we need to avoid that trap in the center. What I really don't like about this path is just how much poison you can get. You step too long for just the wrong second, you're too far away from that cure fountain. You take a lot of ship damage, makes it really difficult really fast. What's disappointing too with like how I've misplayed is we had quite a bit of sustain as well. You know, we have the perk that restores us to half health, and we lost as well as the fountain from almost the very beginning to restore us to full. And like we still lost a Death Defied for no reason on the who was it? On this Bone Serpent just because I got greedy and jumped into triple smash. But let's really hope that this Artemis buff gives us a Q buff, because at this point, I really was hoping to get, like, because I'm pretty sure Demeter's, the general effects usually are very, very similar from weapon to weapon, and Demeter's gives you a slow on the Q, as well as the, I guess it's the special, as well as a slow, and with the spear versus the rockets, we actually can fire it a little bit faster, I think. Just taking tons of damage here. At least we'll restore 75. We also don't have nearly as much max HP as I would have liked. Like, again, we just didn't quite pick up everything that I feel I need for a successful run here. Oh my gosh, we might just die here. Take care of this thing before it starts launching rockets at me. But, I don't know. I really do think if I'm going to figure out a way to, do a run with the bow with how slow the attack speed is, I need to do a special build. Because it's just a quick volley. But if the rocket perk does exist for that... Oh, where's the cure fountain? Oh no. That was a little slow on the draw there. But if the rocket perk does exist, Oh, I thought I killed myself there. I was gonna say I was trying to use it on the rats. We do have quite a bit of range on basic attacks. 5 to 7. But yeah, this is definitely not a run that I'm super... Oh, really? Interesting. A lot of depictions you see of Zeus, he doesn't even use a weapon. Like Record of Ragnarok mentioned a few times, he doesn't use a weapon there. Let's see, your cast seeks foes. You know, genuinely, I do think that would be a better cast than my current one. After you cast... Let's try it. I mean, I wasn't even using my cast there, because, again, I just haven't been using it nearly as much this run as it should be. We do need the life. Let's grab the instant treasure, because I have a feeling we... Again, I want to at least get to Hades every run, but I don't know if that's going to happen here. Let's go Dionysus. We still don't have a... Right, special inflicts hangover. That is what I was looking at. Almost like damage reduction there. That would just give a little bit of extra oomph. Not like the best thing in the world, but it's still something. Let's go pomegranate. If I don't have to fight this, the risk is if Cerberus is in one of the 2 skulls, you know. And again, I don't think you have to fight both. I think it, if I'm not mistaken, and we do need to get the achievement for for fighting the we do need to get. Oh, I ran straight back into that poison. We do need to get the achievement for like fighting all of the elites on this floor, because I think that's the only ones that we haven't done is on the 4th floor specifically. Oh, it's the satyrs. But I'd rather do that on a run that I'm super confident with. And be like, okay, let's just get extra power just because. Rather than a run that I'm sitting at 90 health with no revives. But, yeah, the gun ended up being super, super powerful. And we really did get carried by the rocket build last time. Let's see. The issue is, too, because you heal to full, or very, very close to full, once you get the Cerberus Street, because there's always a fountain. It's also very difficult for me to pull myself into doing another fight afterwards, because I want to go, you know, as strong as possible into the Hades fight. But again, if I had like 3 revives, maybe that wouldn't be so much of a concern. Kind of like right now, I'm not super strong. Oh, jeez. 24 damage rate. Let's try this. We have a running gun build now with that lightning. But like here, I don't think I'm gonna get any healthier, you know. But I'm not going to be able to buy another perk because of what I'm doing. Oh, yeah.
He loves to eat. Can you blame him?
Nope. Can't. Honestly, I love to eat too.
One of his favorite sacks.
But let's see how this goes. Stuffed with... I love how it gives something just wholesome usually instead of that. But once again, we gotta fight Hades. I'd have to play near perfectly, and even then, I'm just not confident in this build. But let's see how far we can get. Definitely a double face boss, too. So we'll see how this goes.
I guess there's only one thing left to do. Isn't that so, Father?
Sup, Hades?
You now know that even if you are able to surpass me, you shall ultimately perish.
I don't know why it wants to stop us every time, though, to be fair. I get that it's a roguelike, so it has to. But at this point, you know we'll be back anyways. After 2 of it, I can't imagine that Hades was a very good house. I can't imagine that most of the Greek gods would have been very good spouses, to be fair.
Silence, boy. Save all your ignorant and baseless accusations.
And, like, wasn't the whole thing in Greek mythology that Persephone was, like, captured, she was gonna leave, and it was because, like, was it because she ate a pomegranate? Is that what it was? It was something like that, I thought. Because I know there was, I'm trying not to mix it with the one where it's, like, the guy tried to save his lover from the underworld, and she couldn't turn around, and she, like, or something like that. Or he couldn't turn around. I'm pretty sure Persephone was the pomegranate, tried to leave, and then, oh gosh. One thing that was, like, crazy helpful, too, in my last Hades fight was we had a quick Hermes perk that for half a second after we dashed, we gained a little bit of movement speed, which was unbelievably helpful because it'll do this little spin attack. Oh gosh, why is that up there? That one in specific, and it's kind of hard to get out of it. I need to get rid of that. There we go. Because if that timer goes down, it does a big circle of damage. Oh gosh. Deflect also works really well because even if you deflect that, oh, we are so gonna die. Let's just fire these. Yeah, that wasn't so good. But even if you deflect those little projectiles, it still pops out the little bomb.
I can get back to work.
Ugh. Thanks, Hades. Yeah, that was honestly though, with how scuffed that run was and how poorly I played, just getting to Hades with one of my least favorite weapons, I will take. Oh, please. I'm still trying to figure out who all I haven't given nectar to aside from the gods because I haven't been doing that. No.
No, I failed, sir. No thanks to father. What am I going to do?
Just take it easy now. You got there once.
Yeah.
There isn't any question in my mind that you can do it once again. The father's acting as though nothing's changed besides.
It is a roguelike.
So don't lose hope.
It's cool when they actually have like, because you know games like, even though I love Binding of Isaac so much, Gungeon's actually good about this too, but like Binding of Isaac doesn't really give you an explanation for why the run resets, you know? Whereas like Gungeon, there's like usually a pretty clear run, yeah.
Contractor, work approved. You've done so much for us, house contractor. Why don't you do a little something for yourself?
Nice.
That sounds handy.
Oh wow, that's a lot of potential buffs, jeez. A lot of them cost diamonds, so I'm glad I wasn't spending it on the court music. So yeah, we have the trubs getting more, so Dark Thirst also gives. Okay, so when we have that purple buff that gives us more darkness, it also gives more gemstones. That's good for farming. Claiming gems gives you 20 money. That could be really good. Claiming nectar gives you a pomegranate. Some of these are really, really good. I don't know how you get more and more diamonds is the issue. I think it might be...
Anything good?
Okay, yeah, you have to trade 10 nectar, and 1 nectar is 5 keys. We still have enough upgrades that that's going to be a ways off. So, I'm going to keep giving them to Meg for now. Because I still have... You can kind of see if I lean over here. I still have 4 of the actual ambrosia. So I want to max someone affection out. And Meg is definitely the most we have.
We can't go back to how things used to be.
See, I really did think there was history between Meg and Zagreus.
To begin with, Meg. Doesn't mean I won't keep trying. I am a bit stubborn, aren't I? So about Tisiphone is
Yeah.
everything all right with her? Talk of murder all the time and all.
I mean, the thing is, too, it's obvious that Meg is, like, the most, I don't know, civilized of the 3, because she's the only one allowed in the house.
Tiffany is charged with punishing the worst that mortals have to offer.
Ah,
More than charged. Her work is everything to
well, it's
her.
good to enjoy your work, but if you make it that extreme, not so good.
No time for family or recreation, then I take it. Pity what happens to those overly obsessed with
Yeah.
I get what you're insinuating, Zagreus. I'm nothing like her.
Oh,
Not even close. And don't you dare
I'm
compare the
sorry.
two of us again.
Good going, Zagreus. He's talking about flattery. What's this?
Those shades are always
Please, cause of death, sharp object. That's funny that they have little Easter eggs like that. That makes me think that he got killed by a sharp object, being, his sword,
I'm growing stronger.
I think. Oh yeah, this is what I was looking at. So, Olympian favor. I don't know when this maxes out, honestly. I was going pretty far on that, but now this gives us 2.5 damage per rank for every Olympian whose wounds you have. That's a massive amount of damage potential increase. We'll do one of those, and then again, I'll eventually go over to the flip side, but I kind of just want to do the ones that I made. I only flipped this one because this one really didn't seem super good to me. And then let's go 1 more percent. This is why we were seeing a bunch of rares, by the way. I didn't even think about that because we did this at the very end last time. But very, very helpful, honestly. Getting rares instead of commons is a leg up, you know?
Let's have a look at the old fated
And then we have a
list.
bunch of these to go through, like... So we only need to get sure footing from Athena. I'm not going to remember these by no means, but... Legendary boons. Yeah, we've only gotten 1 legendary boon ever, and it wasn't even on a run that we completed, but it was Athena's legendary boon. It gave us a free negation of damage once every 20 seconds. Or it took 20 seconds to recharge. All the duo boons. I was kind of curious to which ones we were close to. Yeah, alright, onwards to run number 22. Which one's... Oh, it's the shield. I'm going to do the bow, and then after the bow, I think I will probably just do... I've honestly been ignoring this buff. It obviously makes the permanent upgrades a little bit faster, but I'd rather just play the weapons I want to play. So we'll do the bow.
Let's go, Coronel.
I'm not confident with this weapon at all. Because if you can get the power shot, it obviously does a lot of damage, especially with other modifiers. But doing that in the middle of all the damage... And this is what... that Q is what I was talking about potentially being really good for clearing out things. But you need to make it stronger, because it is not very strong, really. So I'm wondering if Rocket Buff actually applies to the Volley Fire here. That would be really nice. And then we'll probably do either Sword or Gauntlet to try and get an actual win. Thinking maybe Sword.
Strong enough to smack a guy like me right up against the wall and
Yeah.
Smack guys against walls.
No, that's what makes a lot of the melee weapons powerful, but it's not really an option with this. I'm still not going to do these. I think what I'll do is eventually, when I get back to doing the gun, I'll start doing these packs once I've gotten a win with each of them. I just think that'll make it a little bit more simple for me. But I'm really nervous about this bow run. I'm not confident with this weapon. Hey, you want to give me special pierces full, deals 400% damage. You can hold the attack to shoot rapidly. Your attack deals 300 damage to charge up slower. Honestly, all of those don't sound bad. I think I'm going to do piercing volley here. But having the attack charge up... I'm not a big fan of the abilities. Yeah, see, that's still not doing that much damage. But the basic attack is pretty decent. But I do think just the amount of... Like, imagine with like 6 hydras in the field, how am I going to find the time to continue to just, you know, keep charging that up? It's going to be really difficult. It was, like, easier when I didn't know what enemies did to use this. But when you're getting really overwhelmed, if I don't have a strong volley, I'm really worried.
Who's first?
I guess you can do this. I don't know how many enemies are if the bow just permanently pierces from the start. I didn't think it did. But it is decent damage. I'm not even worried about getting the charge shot, honestly. When I get it, I get it. If I don't get it, I don't, you know. I know that I understand that it's extra DPS, but especially if I think I'm gonna get hit. The weird thing is too, like, I can't rely on the charge attack because the charge shot literally just, I mean the dash shot just fires whatever arrow you have going. It's another nectar from. I'm genuinely curious, like, how many it takes, because I know roguelikes generally, like, part of the replayability is how much unlocks there are, but like, it seems like there's quite a lot of potential upgrades to get. Yeah, 25 damage so far on that. That is without the cast ability, and it does really, the only damage increase I got off that Dadless perk was that it does more damage to armor. A little bit of backstab there with the critical was like 105 damage. It's not bad. That's a lot of damage early on. Again, it's hard to sustainably do that. We do want more max HP. Again, I feel like 200 is a solid number, maybe a little bit more with the bow, because of our inability to shake things off of us, but let's try and get something. If we could get, a Frostberg early on, that could be really meaningful for us. More basic attack damage, like, basically, I mean, anything early on is good. Again, I'm still kind of bad about forcing builds. Last time we just didn't have a build, you know? So. We'll see what we can do. A little bit, okay.
My foster brother's wayward son appears. I too once lost a child, Zagreus. I was quite foolish with her from the start. Her father was a base-born farm boy.
Well, when you live for practically forever.
He's gone as well, of course.
I'd always wondered too, like, again, I know it's fiction, but like, everyone has a depiction. Do they go for someone that they would have just been their quote-unquote type? Do they go for, oh yeah, there we go. I do want that extra attack damage for sure, but this is exactly what I was looking for. 83% extra damage on the special. It's still not going to be doing as much as the charge shot, and so having an even more powerful charge shot would have been helpful. For sure, but if I can get a strong special, I won't have to worry nearly as much about crowd control. That's still not that much. Not bad, but it's not the best. Maybe that wasn't the right choice. We'll see. But I wouldn't mind going for a Demeter, maybe Artemis theme build with the bow. That sounds like it could be spicy. Ow. Oh, that only did 1 damage. Yeah, as you can see, I'm definitely not getting the optimal damage on my charge shot every time. I'm just trying to get it down at a decent time. Max health or... I don't think we've been through enough rooms for the next room to be the boss fight, so let's do this. Like, I really don't think it's been enough rooms. I might be wrong on that, but... Yeah, it does do noticeably more damage to shields. And it does do noticeably more damage when you consider the base damage was like 20. But trying to squeeze out a lot of damage out of this volley could be kind of hard. It is, you know, a volley, but... It's one-shotting the skulls, which is ideal. Oh wait, no, it's not. Oh, it must have been because of back attack bonus. I'm not sure what I want for... Oops. I'm not really sure what I want for my basic attack upgrade. Again, the Demeter one would have been nice, but it's just hard to get without like something like rapid fire. It is kind of difficult to consistently get chill stocks with anything on this character. I literally already... I told you I'd keep forgetting about it, but the cast here is going to be really helpful. Imagine like a super charged up arrow with 3 stacks there. That's a lot of damage. And this is again without a basic attack upgrade. So it was kind of stupid of me not to use it. It does mean though, again, when you consider like what our casts were last time, we have to be very careful with which cast we pick up, because even if it gives quote unquote a little bit more damage by itself, I'm not really looking to use the cast to gain damage, you know? So. Hi, Athena. Heartseeker.
I never took you for an archer, though the power of that bow is undeniable.
Yeah, it's usable. It was literally the first, okay, deflect dash, you know. Again, that would not be bad, but deflect dash is going to be very, very helpful. And we're going to go see Sisyphus.
Ahoy there.
Hi, Sisyphus.
Hey, quick question.
Not seen the other Fury sisters in some time now that you mention it. Just Megara.
Oh, Megara is apparently the kindly one.
And she is quite a handful on her own. I'll keep an eye out for the other 2.
She's still pretty serious. We don't need healing. We could go for darkness to try and get some more of those, you know, damage increase per god buffs you have. But again, I just, I like getting strength for the here and now. It kind of hurts in the long run. Makes it harder to get permanent unlocks, but that's fine. I still enjoy playing this game. Hopefully, what I'm actually hoping for here is either the Dauntless buff, again, to see if I can't get rockets, because that would be sick. And if that's not a thing where I can't get it, I would kind of like to see... oh yeah, that deflect's already coming in handy. Again, as you can see, it's just our ability to just destroy some of these super fast compared to any other weapon, including the gun, or any of the melee weapons, is low. Like, it's difficult to consistently do this. We got... Yeah, that's a pretty... I don't really care about upgrading deflect damage, honestly. It's mostly just having the deflect. We have enough money. Let's see what's in here. Don't need the life. No, that's fine. The temporary buffs are obviously very helpful to get you through fights, but I'd rather save the, you know, the gold and get an actual, like, permanent buff. Whenever possible. Like, you could argue part of the reason I take a lot of damage, especially on, like, say, what's the word? Elysium, is because I don't always go for those when I have the chance. But again, if I can struggle through, even if I lose a revive or 2, in exchange for a couple permanent buffs, in my book that's probably worth it. But again, last run we got to Hades with no revives, and then we got destroyed immediately. The one good thing about the bow I'm thinking is, again, for those little bombs you have to destroy, a decent basic attack, like even a semi-decent, will probably just one-shot them or two-shot them. Which will make life significantly easier, and now that we do have a guaranteed deflect, we can deflect that initial bit of damage. Is this locked?
Hit me.
Oh, I didn't check what was in that chest. Oops. I didn't even see it, honestly, until I was descending. That's awkward.
You chose to visit me again within these darkest reaches of the earth, as I in turn now choose to offer you the means to alter your reality.
You sure are. Alright, so face more foes, gain 58 max health. That's crazy. So we did this last time, and it kind of backfired. Do I want 81% special damage? Yes, that's a massive buff. But let's try, because we did that last time, let's try this. 58 max health, we really won't have to worry. Maybe 1 max health, you know? And this is only for 3 encounters. And if it includes the boss, I don't think that can give you more. Let's go to the shop. We have so much money. Maybe it means that the Fury would summon more enemies. I don't know. But yeah, we can get 2 buffs here. We'll have to see if that actually affects the boss. Zeus's Aid. That's not impressive enough, I don't think, for my base attack. I do want just raw damage on that. So let's grab Zeus's Aid. We can replace it if we don't like it later. I actually don't like that. Especially with the bow. After using call, dodge and gain some movement speed. That's not bad, by any means. Again, extra move speed is helpful. But when you consider that outside of the first and second boss, we usually wait to use the call until it's practically full. Let's do quick recovery. That's a little bit of sustain. And, you know, we got that darkness.
Business. I bet
And let's see which fury we get. I better let those next. Are you actually going to be right, Ever?
I think I know what you're going to say.
Nope. Marker. Not even a point, yeah. Yeah, not even a point having a conversation with Tiffany. Yeah, of the three, oh my gosh. I will say, of the three, I really don't like fighting Tiffany. Having the dash deflect this early, though, is helpful against the Furies, no matter which one it is. I don't think it can deflect that beam. But if I'm on time, like dash deflect is one of my favorite defensive abilities in the game. Ow. I definitely messed it up a lot, don't get me wrong, but gosh. Oh. I don't know how I didn't get hit there. I don't think I deflected there. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that to Tiffany. As long as I don't lose... Oh, and I'm totally jinxing it by saying this. But as long as I don't lose a death fight here. I don't really fight a lot. Yeah, Tiffany, like, even though she's the second of three, you would think that would mean she's probably not the hardest. In fact, you would think that means she's the middle. Nope. Nope, I would say she's far and away the hardest of the three, in my opinion. And getting a... Ooh, I'm really glad that... Yeah. Getting a reliable charge off on her is so difficult. When she gonna... Oh, I was about to say when she's gonna teleport me again. Didn't even not do that. Oh my gosh. I'm afraid to get close to her in case she does that, but... If I get too far away from her, she just shoots the, bat at me. Those two first. Ow. Don't do it. Oh gosh. So this is exactly what I was talking about. You get overwhelmed, especially in like the Hydra fight, and reliably getting your stuff off is very, very difficult. Go there with Deflecto. We took way more damage there than I wanted to. I feel like on average with both Electro, and Meg, we can take less than like 50 damage. Against Tiffany, taking about 100 is pretty normal for me. Which isn't good by any means, but I just don't know how to... And that was with having a dash deflect. Imagine if we didn't have dash deflect, that we'd have taken so much more damage. That's fine. So maybe there's a healing option here. That's fine.
Just what I need.
You know what? We'll gain a little bit of focus here because we don't pay nearly enough attention. We still need a good basic attack. Again, I don't want one of the status ones. Maybe I'd take the Dionysus one. But I just want a one big shot every single time. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, let's move on. We at least didn't lose our Death to Fight. But this is the other weapon that I hadn't even beaten the Hydra with. And again, I have no idea I'm going to do that safely when there's like 6 Hydras and I take forever to charge up a shot. What was this again? Oh, we face more foes. Okay, so that didn't count the boss fight. That does make sense, especially since she in particular doesn't summon enemies. But 58 max life is very, very helpful. It'll just take us a little bit longer to slog through these next 3 rooms. We should probably avoid fighting a skull fight then. Also, if
Come and get it.
Our special is still not super impressive, but it's not useless, which is good. I didn't get action in there. But this is why, like, again, at the beginning it's like, oh great, I can just kind of bide my time and get a shot off. And then later on it's kind of like, well, that's all I can do. I can't get a bunch of opportunities to get damage down. Because it takes me too long to fire. And I'm one to panic. I can't get the, oh gosh. Okay, the bow doesn't have as much range, honestly, as I thought it did. As well. No, let's mention that last one.
Satisfying.
Okay then, let's see, so that's what, 17% special damage, 20 on Zeus's 8. Zeus's 8 is helpful, especially for the Hydra fight, but it definitely falls off even if you upgrade it. So let's upgrade our special.
Stronger still.
Gems are key. I've really highly prioritized keys, and the thing is, the upgrades that we just got are basically all gemstones. They're not actually... sorry, they're diamonds, not gemstones. and we can trade our excess keys once we finish unlocking the mirror for more nectar, which can then be traded eventually for more diamonds. That's going to be a ways off, though. It's probably going to be a very slow process getting the rest of those. And you need to make sure I'm getting better at using my casts here, because that would definitely help the somewhat inconsistent damage profile we've got going on. Because if you can only fire a couple arrows, oh my gosh, those went straight into the lava. And then I went straight into the lava. Oh, there's a preaching spot right here. Worms? More things, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna dash in the lava to get those. I don't think it's that important. That's not bad though with the backstab that and then again it's 400% damage to shield, but or 400% more, I think, to shield. That was like 140 what something. Lots of damage off that. It goes down to it goes down to less than a decent charge shot afterwards, but not a big deal. It wasn't kidding about the whole encountering a bunch more enemies though. We are so much damage. Jeez. Yeah, having a powerful volley just seems like a must. You could go for a super powerful sniper shot and then just go for one hit every now and then. But that requires, I think, a little bit more skill that I don't have. Alright, one more room of extra enemies and then we'll be back to normal. We haven't lost too much health. And an Ares. Hey, I'll take it, not so bad. Is that another chaos portal? Oh my gosh. I really underestimated how many extra enemies this would have been. Maybe I should have taken the 5 random rooms of rewards. Because what? The difference would have been like we might have gotten gemstones there instead of a key. Would have made a huge difference, admittedly, but hindsight is 20/20. Oh gosh. Oh, not in the lava. You'd think with the ranged weapon I'd be less bad about jumping in lava, but that is a negative. Negatory. Because I am positively stupid. Hires. I guess I could have given him this nectar, but at this point I'm so far committed to giving him the Meg. I'm just gonna give him Meg, and then we'll either scatter him between the other gods and serve us properly.
But lately she has channeled it in manners more agreeable to me.
Special inflicts doom. So that is an epic. It's 168%, 168 doom damage. You gotta consider though, that's basically 168. Yeah. Well, I still don't know if Blood Frenzy stacks. I genuinely can't tell, and I never know. I don't think it does. 15% damage is good, but consider this. Like, right now with 124%, because it does inherit the 3 levels. And it's not like we're being offered a cast or attack. It's either a flat 168 damage every cast, or we're doing our current damage and chilling. We're not getting that many chill stacks down. And even from back attack with 400% damage to armor, it's not doing 168 damage. So we'll try this. Our initial cast is going to do way less damage, but the actual shock from hitting it is going to do way more. We can't afford a boon, so I guess we'll go for another Ares perk. See what he gives us. Honestly, a solid attack inflicts doom perk I wouldn't mind. Yeah, this fight is a lot less bad than a dashed, but I still might get hit every now and then. Yeah, so it's 56 damage, but then it's immediately that massive chunk of doom damage. That's crazy helpful. I do think that kind of lowers the effectiveness of the whole, like, oh, it does extra damage to armor. But all in all, that's probably a pretty low trade-off. I think the amount of damage we're getting... Trying to bait it to drop there. This thing always takes a ton of time to kill, but the amount of extra damage we're getting is pretty major. I'm not always wait. I'm like never brave enough to just sit there and wait for it. There goes the power. Attack inflicts doom, so 100%. Let's try it. We've got doom on our special and our attack. I would imagine that flat damage falls off, but I don't think it falls off as hard in this game as it does in a lot of games. You know, like Genshin Impact, you never want flat stats, you want percentiles. Because flat stat upgrades will fall off a cliff. But here, with double epic versions, I don't know if I'll be able to beat him with a with the bow.
Message that you need assistance, Zagreus?
I do like that Thanatos actually wants to help us though.
You brazen wretches ought to have
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, we're doing quite a bit of damage here. That's nice. I didn't realize I stepped in that pool of waters. No, 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 no. Dang it. Wait, we've gotten 3 apparently. The problem is, yeah, I was gonna say, when he puts his little mark on him, it just like immediately kills him. So if we don't kill it within that time, I think it's once the bar is purple, it's gonna die in a couple seconds to Thanatos. So I like to usually focus down the enemies that aren't about to die, but at this point I'm probably just gonna, I'm not gonna get this one in time. Wait, no I don't. We're actually doing really well. I didn't think the bow was gonna, oh. Yeah, you see that though? I didn't think that the bow was gonna do very well at that, but hey.
save some for me next time.
Max health? We're up to 208 max health because of that rolling soul buff we got. That's why Chaos is just so helpful. And here, let's go absolutely to here. We're only missing 8 health. And we already have over my general 200 threshold. Again, I think I might need a little bit more. But not a big deal.
Catch my breath.
Hey, you.
Hey, so the question is here. Do we upgrade? I just get the feeling if I upgrade 2 to the next rarity, it will probably be one of these rares upgrading and this upgrading to rare.
What
Hey.
is it, hon? Oh no, don't tell me you've come all the way from Tartarus.
Why are you so mad at him? Like,
For nothing court musician friend.
it just seems like a bit of a sweetheart. I don't know why you gotta be so angry. I know he wasn't able to save you, but
I'm merely here for your wonderful singing.
I really do love her singing though.
Conversational ability. Though since you mentioned it, you seem
Since you mentioned
Is
it.
there anything I can do?
So let me see if I understand. Orpheus blew it with me like an idiot, but now I'm supposed to be reaching out to him. Sorry, hun, but that's not happening. The two of us are
We should
finished.
definitely not tell
You know what?
Orpheus this.
We're finished here too. So excuse
I get the
me.
feeling Zagreus might anyways, but we should definitely not tell Orpheus this. So, I really want to see if it'll go up to 4. The levels would be really good considering how strong our current perks are. Let's try this. Did it do dash?
Wow, that's good.
Curse of Pain, Curse of Pain. Really? Sick? I'll take it. That's a massive amount of Doom damage increase. 25 there. I genuinely expected it would wait. I'm genuinely impressed. I don't think I've ever even had more than 1 heroic perk. Nice. Turned out to be the right choice. This might be a really good bow run. Go figure. So do we take a pomegranate or do we take... Pomegranate might not be bad because you gotta consider the only thing we have upgraded is our special. We still don't have a cast, but genuinely of the 5 basic things, I would say call is usually, you know, depending, very, very helpful. Dash is usually important. These 2 are usually super important. The cast, I just dislike that so many of the casts make it so you can't put the little gemstone in them, because even if I'm forgetting to do it a lot, that's still a lot of extra damage. So let's try this. Dash damage, special, yep. That's 207 Doom damage every single time we get our special. That's crazy. That's like insane amounts of damage. Alright, Hydra. How you doing?
You touch me, and I shall have your head.
Yeah, did you see that Doom damage jump though? That's crazy. Our basic attack is like half that, but still, the fact that we have 2 heroic Doom perks, and you also have to consider, I mean, it's a level 4 perk versus a non-level perk. But, dude, look at how much, that's crazy. That's actually like, I think I was kind of right. I think it would have worked also to do the, yeah, like I said, I think it genuinely would have also worked, to be fair, to just upgrade the basic attack Doom, and it helps that it's the heroic version. But that much Doom damage is insanely powerful. I don't know if Doom is... I don't know if Doom is affected by our gems, actually. It might just be the base damage, which is fine, honestly. I also don't know if Doom damage stacks, actually. That one's dead. Like, it only takes a few casts of Doom. It does appear as though the stacks are counted separately. I just wasn't sure because I don't use Doom a whole lot. But this is going... I would say almost concerningly well. Because usually when things are going really well for me, it's not a good thing. And I need to remember to use my Zeus damage, actually. That's what this fight in specific is what I picked it up for, actually. Oh, let's not get greedy. That's how we lost a death to fight last time, was running straight in on his own. Actually, I don't know if it's applying twice. Because you could kind of see there, it was dropping the sword and I was firing it and it wasn't immediately having enough sword. But still, that was honestly one of the lowest damage Hydra fights I think I've ever had.
It's beautiful.
Oh. Wow, that is super strong. Full health? Full health? Like that. I don't need the healing items, don't need that. Let's Saber Gold. I don't know how well this is going to work again. It is flat damage, I'd imagine it falls off, but that's still so, like 200 plus just for firing my volley. And if there's a bit of a delay and it doesn't stack, I really can't tell. That just means we get a little bit more chance to dodge, and we have dodge deflect. I kind of want to just do Hermes here. I would like the gold, but there's a chance that we get the Hermes perk that gives you 10 gold per room, or however much gold per room, and that works really well on the 4th floor with all those consecutive small rooms. It's admittedly kind of a low chance that we get it, but if we get it, I'm gonna look like a genius. So yeah, the ball isn't the most powerful thing in the world, but it's still very powerful. It's funny though how some weapons cast builds are like the best thing ever, and some weapons it's like, I don't really want to do a cast build. Oh, not the exploding chariots. Ooh. Wait, did I just deflect the explosive damage? Is that a thing? You would think it couldn't be? Nice. Hey, Hermes. Says from the surface of the I know he means that in a good way, but don't antagonize me, Hermes. The God Guard gauge automatically. That's not bad. I'm actually going to take the extra dash here. I didn't get what I was looking for, but that's fine. It's just... I know it's permanent upgrades. We'll get money here. We have over 200 health. Like, I think we'll be okay. One more upgrade could be good, but again, there's such a high chance on the Cerberus floor that you have to do a good amount. Like, last time we only had to do, like, 2 rooms. To be fair, but a lot of the time, I think the most I've had to do is actually every single room, and the least I've had to do was 2. Don't think I ever got it first try. Yeah, I don't even know, because our basic attack does so much less doom damage. I don't even know why I wouldn't just keep genuinely just dashing. Again, I was really worried about the flat damage falling off, and clearly it's not just one-shotting everything. But when you consider what our basic attacks are doing, it's not like it's that much. It's not like it's weaker. And the doom damage is, if they had the shield on these little spirits here, I'm sure it would need 2 volleys, but that's still way better than the alternative. Ooh, that's a tough one. So Ares and Athena, when we're already pretty invested in, you know, really good Ares perks. But I want to do the Daedalus Hammer just in case there is, again, something crazy good. I could look it up before I try it, but that kind of... I mean, I look up a lot of stuff for roguelikes, but we'll try it. Because again, those Daedalus perks, even if they can't be upgraded, on their own, they're really, really powerful. The Rocket perk is what carried our successful run. So let's see how we can do. Sort of chariots aren't too bad. I don't know if my cast will one-shot him, actually. They don't, okay. We don't have a cast perk yet as well, so... Ow. But as far as bow runs go, like, considering it's by far my least used weapon, I don't know if I could have asked for a stronger start. We still have all 4 of our revives, like... It would be kind of funny to me if the second weapon we got to win on was the other ranged weapon. Because I think it made sense, but the gun build we had, we just made our special into rockets and then got like an absurd amount of, like, it was like the 5 rockets plus all that damage. But the bow just way less consistent. But I'm still just like in shock that we went for the 2 boons to upgraded rarity and upgraded 2 epics to heroic when we had commons. Because I really was under the impression that it weighted more heavily towards upgrading the lower rarities. So I will take it. Nice, okay. What does that first? Special fires an extra 4 shots. I think that would give it just a bigger fan. Minimum range reduced, okay. I don't think I'm gonna be standing still is the issue. I'd love that extra base damage. I'm thinking either explosive. That's a lot of extra damage, but again, when you consider that where our damage is coming from right now is from the Doom of our heroic perks, which is just a flat damage multiplier. Not multiplier, just flat damage on. And we're just based off hitting them. I don't think that it's that important to do that. So let's try this. Okay, that's not bad. Demeter, Zeus. We do have Zeus's Call. I'm gonna try Demeter though. A little bit of slowing could be really helpful. Again, same thing as Hermes. That little bit of speed helped this a lot, so I could imagine that. Let's put our cast in this thing. So I really could imagine that it would be very helpful to have. Yeah, all the that Deadless perk really did was just give us a bunch more range in the terms of like, now it hits an extremely wide area. Not the most damage, but again, it's safe damage. I'm really hoping that it only takes 1 or 2 volleys though again, to defeat Hades' little projectiles, because if it takes more than that, we're going to be in a bit of a bad spot. But nothing so far has been a huge issue since we've gotten these. Ravenous Blow, when you have no, take less damage. I really like this perk actually because, while I'm not super good about using them on CD on regular enemies, I generally do try to always fire them into there. Healing effects more potent, heal 110 now, geez. The crystal is fun, but again, it doesn't debuff them, so let's do the Ravenous Blow. And especially against bosses, that'll be helpful. Here, how much darkness? We have 140 darkness, 38 gemstones, but again, I feel like we don't need gemstones so much as we need darkness. Let's go darkness. Yeah, it does seem like there's a bit of a delay between when Doom can be applied again, which is fine. It just, and it makes sense. Could you imagine if I could just sit here and rapid fire volley and then stack up like 5 Doom stacks? Like, that would be insane. You can do that with like Deadless Poison, but Deadless Poison is obviously slightly different functioning. But with this build, I really am not even stopping to charge fire because it's a little bit more dangerous. But again, we have to consider when we don't have any casts on us, we do way more damage. And it doesn't hurt to still have some base damage increases. We just kind of gave them up for Doom. And I think with our current build, genuinely, instead of going hard for other perks, maybe going for pomegranates would be good. There's no guarantee that I'll go on the perks, but adding anything, like, our entire build is centered around, like, 3 perks. Nice. Alright, we have enough. Oh, yeah, we have 365. Let's go for the shop. Okay, pomegranate will be.
Which bones are going to be?
Curse of Agony. Perfect! Perfect, that went up like 30 damage.
Should come in useful.
Alright, what have we got? Cast damage with foes in a small area, can deflect. Your abilities that can deflect also make enemies exposed. Start each encounter with your God Mage perk. Again, I just feel like we haven't been upgrading our Zeus, and it is the rare version. So we can either go for extra backstab damage, or let's do this. Okay, that's not bad. As long as that will still stick into enemies. If it doesn't still stick into enemies, I'm a little concerned. Now, I'm trying to remember. Again, I just talked about wanting pomegranates. I always go for the Death Defied replenish here if I need it, but I don't know if I need it. So, I'm not sure what the other ones are, because I never check, because I never get the other ones. So, for next 5 chambers, restore 30% life every chamber, or 60% damage on our attack. Let's go for the damage, because that should last to the boss fight shortly. Zeus or... You know what? Let's do one more max life. I know I said we're pretty much guaranteed it when on the Cerberus floor, but you also have to consider we haven't used any of our revives, and revives are based on max health, except for the one off the boon. The boon is always a flat, the very last one. from our keepsake, not a boot, sorry, is always exactly 100 HP. But the first 3 are based off max health, so it does not hurt to have extra max health. And another Zeus perk, realistically, I don't know how much that'll increase my DPS output. I do need to stop forgetting, though, that, okay, that's good enough. So our casts do still deflect, but they're also going to stick into enemies still, which is exactly what we want because of our Ravenous Bow. And here we just want to hit and run. Stay as far away as possible, because those are going to run into us. Stop that! Oh gosh. I don't know if those are like the Minotaur where they actually will crash into the wall. I just get scared. I'm like, I don't want anything to do. Nice. 233, not bad. We do have an... Ooh, that's a tough one. Because ordinarily... You know what? You get to all those expensive ones. Let's go for one more pomegranate, try and get an upgrade before we go to our last fight. Because I'm sure this is just a... Yeah. This is the last one before the fight. So an extra 14 damage here. That's a lot of extra cast damage, genuinely. I do feel like the earlier upgrades definitely tend to give much higher base returns. So that's like 150, but you gotta consider our entire build's based on this. Let's do this. It's 17 damage on cast for each doom versus, you know, like 50 damage, but we only chuck those in 3, like one right after another, which is a good burst of extra damage. It's basically an extra doom cast, but let's go for what our build, let's stick with our guns. You know? Yeah. Don't care. Say Heracles, someone less chatty. I like that Zagreus also doesn't like Theseus and likes Asterius more. Don't care. I don't know. It's hard because I think it's better to deal with Theseus first. The issue is Theseus loves to deflect. Like, a lot. Both conversationally and, you know, in game. So why not focus the Minotaur? Our doom damage is, again, it's noticeably not like a crazy chunk. But when you consider that... Oh gosh. You know, we're also potentially with our extra 4 arrow fan, we're potentially getting some damage down with these use. Like, it's noticeable. Ah, gosh. I forgot that he could throw multiple spears in. It's hard because, like, you get the opportunity to fight the bull on its own. And I do get the opportunity to fight Theseus alone multiple times, you know? Because of, because I've been fighting the bull first, especially when you've already damaged the bull. But it doesn't mean that it's necessarily the easiest to pay attention to. Yeah, the attempt is to lower the bubble. We've already, like, we chunked it, Theseus a bit. And you can already see how much, health dash deflect is saving us. Like, it's crazy. And the cast also deflecting is helpful. It's not quite as relevant, I would say. Ow. Ow. The Minotaur's really low. Might as well start getting some damage down on Theseus if we can. I think 1 or 2 more casts will do it. Yep, both down. Alright, who's he gonna call on this time? Alright, nice is okay. Oh gosh. Wow, that's like 330. Wow, that's crazy damage. Even if the initial bit of damage is not that high. Nice, okay. We barely lost any health that fight. That's how powerful our build is. That's pretty impressive, honestly. That wasn't skill, that was just our build being absurdly powerful. And I'm not afraid to admit that. Alright, we're at almost full health. We'll recover 3 health for leaving the chamber. And then we should see what's in here. I don't want to sell any of my perks, honestly. Extra health, yeah, nothing important. Again, that will wear off so fast.
Almost to the top. Got it.
I don't think I again, don't want to jinx it, but I don't think I've ever had all 4 revives going into this floor. which means we're probably gonna throw. But if I can get a win here, like, my only goal is to get a win here. Immediate. Again, I have no idea. They have the same beam of light. I have no idea if this one's likely to be more powerful. Let's grab this, and then if we have to go long enough, we'll grab the pomegranate upgrade. I'd love to get more damage on that arrow, but it's fine. Damage and completely chill your foe. Interesting. So 40% slow if you take damage. Boons become common, then gain rarity. That's a little bit... I can't work on that now. Whenever you cast, damage your phone... I'm gonna try this. None of those were super impressive to me, in all honesty. But it doesn't mean they can't be useful. And yeah, see, we're gonna have another max health opportunity. Let's go for that. Ooh, thought I got hit there. But this is I just get worried when I have runs that are going so well, honestly, because I expect either me to do something bad or that the game's just waiting. It's like, oh, he thinks he's gonna do well. Oh. Yeah, again, even though we are powerful, can maybe stand the game. You can always stand to gain more power in this game. As soon as we find the treat, we're probably just gonna fight Hades in the interest of not losing a bunch of health. We gotta remember we do 30% extra damage and take quite a bit less damage when we don't have any pass on us. And that's in addition to the fact that, you know, we also keep up enemies. Like, it does not benefit us in any way to keep them on us. Unless we really wanted to hold them for, like, deflects. But when you consider our dodge deflects, that's not really a reason either. Oh gosh, okay. Here's the other one. I think there's at least two, unless this one just fired a bunch. It's weird because, like, obviously the arrow does more damage at base than my base cast does, but my cast's doom damage is way higher, so I don't know if I should be even using my arrows, or if I should just continue to hit and run with my oh gosh, I almost poisoned there. Or if the correct strategy is to continue hitting and running with my cast for that extra bit of doom damage, and I don't have to sit still for a second to get my cast on. Maybe when there's a bit more distance like this and they're standing still. Yeah, unfortunately, because we didn't really upgrade our suits thing. What I am concerned about is, again, the reason I wanted some chill effects, even if it was just revenge, is we don't have a whole lot of ability to slow down or speed ourselves up. So when Hades does that big spin attack, that's where I take a lot of damage, and that does like 40 damage. It's a little bit concerning to me. We have 137. Okay. We'll see if I can get this. I messed this up a lot more than I should. Did I get it? Another gup. I've only caught like gup and one other fish. Let's go for... I mean, there's literally no... Aside from maybe getting 450, which I kind of want to prioritize that pomegranate. I could try and fight a boss for the coins. And maybe hope that that's where Cerberus Street is, but... Don't know if that's what I really want to be going for. Interesting. Don't really want to be in here if they start spewing poison. Can that not get over here? Because if it can't get over here, I'm just going to stay over here. Nice. That was convenient. Keeping them with the doom and leaving. The kind of chip damage I tend to take from the satyrs is kind of scary. What have we got? Don't need that. That, unless this is literally the chamber where Cerberus Retreat is, that wouldn't last, so. Again, I know those buffs can be really powerful, but I do think they, like, practically specifically made this last floor so that you don't end up with just, you know, a ton of buffs going into the Hades fight. which makes sense.
Found it
Oh,
already.
okay.
Just the foul sack I need.
That does not sound right. Abilities to deflect also. Death Defiance restores more than usual. Replenish one use. We have our full uses, but let's go for that. Bonus backstab damage could be good, but again, we're not focused on backstab damage. Our main focus here is getting that damage down.
That's quite a
We'll get this max health. So we have 283 max health, 4 revives, and a decent Doom build going to Sadie's fight. Surely this is a run. Which is hilarious because I haven't used the bow. Like, I literally hadn't beaten the second boss with the bow, so not bad. You know. Where did he go? Somewhere where we don't have to fight him. Which is honestly a-okay with me. Hi, Hades.
Father.
Why can't you just let me go? Like, you know we've already made it out once.
No doubt what you're doing here is without any purpose whatsoever.
Even if I don't slay
Yeah,
you
but we get to
myself,
spend time with Persephone and you don't, so,
Cross that threshold
you
there,
jealous?
and yet you still persist.
Yep.
I do. Besides, making these treks helps pass the time during the ongoing underworld renovations.
What if we had a little more support? The renovations could have been completed by now.
Yeah, but I don't
As
want to be down
ever,
here.
You think only of yourself.
It's fine. It's almost like I'm the literal child of Hades. You would think I'd be a little bit... Do you expect me to be like the biggest team player? Yeah, that attack is where I wish I had a little bit of that movement speed. And we're not doing crazy damage, but all it takes is chip by chip and not getting hit back, you know? I need to see if I can... Does one Doom proc kill that? Okay, one Doom proc does kill that. That's crazy important. Because that is what allowed our rocket build to be so good, was we fired like 5 rockets out, and if any of them hit, it would kill it. Yeah, you know, I didn't think it would be that, that helpful, but having a full fan of, the extra 4 fan of arrows on our fan, very, very helpful. We do need to be on top of those skulls, though, because our Doom, you know, is going to take a short second to go off. It's not like it's an immediate thing, like the rocket. If we're not on top of getting a volley down on it, there's a chance that we don't destroy it in time. And again, I just don't want it. Ooh, deal with those. But as long as the Doom's on it, it's dead. I don't know if my basic attack Doomcast will do it, but all I need to know is that my my quicker fire and cast will. Oh gosh, see, that's what that does. Ow, I ran straight into that spear beads. Ooh. Well, that's second phase with 4 revives still. If I die here, oh, it'd be the biggest throw I think I've ever had in any game ever. Such contempt for your fault. You're literally Hades. Why are you like... Are you surprised? Uh-oh. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Yeah, that does so much damage. And I dashed out from behind my cover like an idiot for a second there. Did I get them both? Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, dang, he moved so far. I keep thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm quite clear. Oh no! I was like, I'm quite clearly outside of that circle, and immediately just spins and ballerina dashes over to me. I'm like, oh! Is he summoning more friends? Well, that's unfortunate. Gonna have to dodge it though. It's not like it's not dodgeable, it's that when there's a ton. Okay. He's summoned a little thing. If I get hit by those hands, it's a big issue. Ow. Because they stick me for a while in addition to doing damage. Come on. Oh no. Oh gosh. Ooh, can I hit him from the from over here? That's really awkward. I really thought that would be close enough. Okay, there's one death fight. I was hoping I almost got got by without using one, but it's physically impossible for me to lose this game. So, nice. Nice second try. We got a victory this time. It took like what, like 8 last time?
Going to cooperate with me on this, are you? Even now, knowing Mother wants to see me again.
Well, he doesn't get to go see Mother again, so he's gonna be mad.
Blast you. You shall ruin everything. With all your damnable questions.
Then die already and get the hell out of my way.
Jeez.
Fair. Well.
I mean, I'm just gonna see you in like, you know, tomorrow. See you at home. Yeah. Nice. That did take a little bit longer than my best time, but you have to consider my best time was the most OP, and we started with the rocket. We didn't get like our fan and stuff until later, but we started with like our best possible thing. That was our run winner. Stuttering. More Titan blood. Not shot. Some of the weapons are like godly. Some of them are very clearly from the underworld. Oh, we don't have to walk this time. Maybe. Last time, to emphasize the fact that like he was, yeah, kind of sick, having a hard time getting through, we had to walk the entire way. Hi, Persephone.
My son.
It's me.
I begged the fates that you'd return to me. Perhaps I ought to be more careful how I speak of them. Tell me, how was your journey? What happened?
We fired a lot of arrows into everyone.
Father didn't make it any easier for me. Nor would he tell me why he never sent for you after you left. So, I don't know what's going on still, but I wanted to see you again.
I wanted to see you too. Come, speak quickly with me.
So tragic, though. He only gets to spend a load. He goes through all that effort just to spend a bit of time with him, with his one. It's obviously so worth it.
Between you and Father, why are you here and not with us?
I couldn't live with myself anymore down there. After I left Olympus, a long story in itself, I came to be with your father in the underworld.
Well, it's the underworld, you know?
It was a shock, to say the least. The others in your father's house were welcoming enough, but I never felt that I belonged.
That's fair.
I know the feeling, I think. But you stayed long enough to have me. Those whom I've spoken to about you, it's as you said, they have fond memories of you. And then you even had a child. Did Father...
That's what I was really concerned about. Because in Greek mythology, I'm pretty sure he does.
No.
Okay, that's good.
Father could be very difficult, though he was gentle with me. Soon enough, we got on fine. Better than fine at times, but...
And that's why she's already died. I wonder if Hades did something to make sure that Zagreus didn't die and just won't admit it.
Child born of surface dwellers could not live down there.
Could not live down there according to whom exactly?
The fates? The fates are the fates.
According to them, yes. According to your father and to Nyx.
Oh. So she knew Nyx when they were down there. Oh, obviously, I just wonder how close Nyx was to Hades at the time.
It was too much. I fled.
Well, then
I fled and came
it's hard. Without knowing the story of why she left Olympus, she obviously probably sacrificed a lot to go to Hades, so she's outcast from there. But then the grief of losing her child.
Why would Father lie to you? If he never wanted
and Zagreus is starting to lose time.
Never wanted me. Surely he had the means.
I don't know. I'm wondering the same. But
don't ask him that. I know it's what you want and you're being honest, but like there's no way he can make that happen.
Stay with me, please.
He would if he could.
Trying, but I can't stay that much longer.
So tragic.
Oh, my dear son. Then please.
Why would he
Hades what you asked of
He's
me.
Hades.
Why he would lie. Tell him I must know, the same as you. And you farewell.
Till we meet
Till
again.
we meet again.
Until we...
Taken by the stakes. I really do hope that maybe eventually... Again, I know it's a roguelike, it's not likely. But maybe, similar to like how Enter the Gungeon has like a quote-unquote complete ending when you do a bunch of stuff. Maybe there's actually a good ending. Hey, you salty?
It is plain to me that you are helping him. In spite of my insistence, you do not. What do you expect that I should do about this, Nyx? What would you do in my position? Deception in my very house and home. Answer me.
Hades, my relationship with him remains unchanged. It is the very same relationship from when you first requested I take care
I
of
like
him.
Nyx.
He has my full support and always shall. You must know this. He wishes now to leave. I shall make no attempt to stop him.
What good is any one of you? He's not
Well, he's actually Hades' son,
yet you coddle him.
and you hate him, and he hates you.
As well as I that he cannot succeed. You fill his mind with harmful delusions. If that is what you want for him, then please proceed at pace.
The
She
rest is
sleeps.
because of me.
I feel like he cares more for Nyx being in trouble though than he does Hades being mad.
You've been gone
Fairly so.
for good reason, I hope.
Yeah.
I found her again, sir, and we were able to talk some more. But I have so many questions left for her, and Father's certainly not been of any help.
It's hard too, because like it's not like even if Persephone could take the grief now that she knows Zagreus is alive, what if Hades doesn't let her leave again?
Well,
You know?
first of all, good
Why
luck.
would she come back to the universe? Too risky.
Secondly, you know what you have to do. Go find her, for as many chances as it takes. It's not just her you've sought. It's the answers to those questions that you have.
Yes, I will.
Hello there.
I can't afford any of this.
Yeah. The Inferno Throws being worth more could be good. but
Yes,
it
I
takes
saw Eurydice again.
Ah,
I couldn't bring myself to do exactly as you asked. I sort of mentioned you.
sort of.
You what?
I did mention we probably shouldn't say this to Orpheus.
Did you perchance get the impression she yet harbors toward me feelings of resentment?
Zagreus, like, this is why you shouldn't have brought it up. Because now I have to say yes.
Seemed to be a bit of a sore subject, yes.
Don't.
To the two of you, if I may ask.
Oh, Zagreus, dude.
Oh, it's just
You seem to be well liked down here. You know, he's obviously very kind for someone from the underworld and Hades' son, but...
in the final moments of my rescue.
Shh, like, this is definitely an open wound.
She is lost to me forever now. Though I'm pleased to hear she isn't lost to you.
I'll have to get to the bottom of this later.
Yeah. Oh, here, I can give him the fish.
What's cooking?
Sometimes. I mean, we need 150 for the next upgrade. I think the rest of the ones for gemstones are visual, so...
So, hi Prince, so is there anything I can get you? Or maybe tidy up some more? Or I just thought maybe you'd like something to drink sometime?
Oh, drink sometimes sounds wonderful, Dusa. Maybe tomorrow, assuming I'm not getting out of here by then?
What? I mean, it's no big deal.
Oh.
I mean, forget I asked. Or anything. I'm sorry, bye.
That's sweet.
Dusa? What's new?
The question is, do we want to just give up? Like, I don't necessarily... I'm not worried about the Inferno Troves being worth more at the moment. I'm wondering if maybe I should just, get a bunch of keys. I could get 5 right now. And then stock up on Nectar, get through with, like, our Meg, maybe Cerberus conversations, which Meg isn't here. And then we could go for diamonds afterwards. Titan blood. Roadshow, 2. Once per escape tones. Interesting. Okay. Here, I just wanted to get another, yep. Straight up 5% per every different god we have. Very, very helpful.
Now we're talking.
So we said 22, we have 2 successful escape time. That's bad. One sec, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. I think we only will probably do 1 or 2 more runs. If I want to get one more successful run, because I still want to see what happens the more and more we talk to Persephone, of course. But now we've gotten a successful run with the bow, which I was not sure how I was going to do, and the gun. We could try and do some challenges with the packs of violence, I think they were called, for the gun. But I'm not... Where's Skelly? Wait, actually, though.
The courtyard of the House of Hades.
I love this one.
Totally, really.
Yeah, no. Oh, what's this? Oh, was this here the entire time?
Back down. Not now.
You know, with how well that last run went, you could argue that maybe we don't need the 4th revive from our keepsakes. But then you consider how the spear run went, and we probably want it for safety. I wonder what these are from or how you get them. But clearly, we need to give some nectar to a bunch of the gods. I don't know if you can go into every single god, but I know we can give it to, like, Zeus, I think Poseidon, a few others, and we just haven't. Let's see, Eurydice, Sisyphus. So we haven't given one, actually, to the Moody guy, I don't think, in the 3rd floor. I thought I had. Lucky Tooth, Sedusa. These two are early on enough that I think they must be someone from the Underworld, but I'm not sure who. Meg. I'm still just going to try and finish leveling up Meg, obviously. Let's see. Hypnos, Charon, Nyx, Achilles, Cerberus. Oh yeah, I didn't get one from Hades. That, you know, makes a lot of sense. So the question is, do we want to try and do this with the Fist of the Sword? I think the sword is going to be a little bit easier.
Maybe this one.
Oh.
Ready to go or what?
Have I not given it to Skelly? Hypnos. No, I'm pretty sure I've given one to Skelly. I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's the one I've equipped.
Come on, mate. Won't you say who hired you? Was it Achilles? Couldn't have been Nyx.
Nyx, yeah, I doubt it would have been Nyx.
Is it that big a deal?
I am an individual of some integrity, boyo, and protect my...
Just want to say, you did directly say you'll have to kill me. I know you'll just come back, but... You gonna tell me now?
Alright, I'm back.
No, he hasn't. Fair enough. I didn't think that would work, but I wanted to see. But again, like, initial process. Fewer choices. Ooh. Let's see how that crazy. Oh, that's good. It actually tells me. So we haven't even beaten Elysium with the sword. Surely we can at least get that far. Of the 4 remaining weapons, though, I would assume the sword. Oh.
Dead are judged and sent to Asphodel, Elysium, or Tartarus. We keep the process
Yeah.
neat and orderly. Everyone gets in, no one gets out.
Except for me. And Persephone. And probably a few other people.
I'll show you neat and orderly.
Oh. Why nice is really interesting.
But you took care of Theseus down in Elysium of late,
Yeah.
Zach. Nice.
Hey.
Never liked that one.
My guy.
There's this nice lass helped him out one time and he just dumped her rotten. I don't like that, man.
I told you. Hey, what did I tell you? Name was Ariadne. I'm 99% certain. I don't like Theseus. Special inflicts hangover. Ooh, so this is tough. You know what? Let's actually try this. Let's try this. I like both of these very much. And a Dionysus-centric build, you can actually stack up the hangover really, really fast. But it's a common. This is also a common. But the problem with doing it on the special is it'll take, what is that, 8 times? Not terrible, but let's try this. It basically becomes like the mortar from oh, that might have been a mistake though. That does a lot of damage, but I don't think we can debuff with our cast now. It's fine. We'll give it a try. I don't know if a Dionysus-centric build is exactly the thing we want to go for on the sword, admittedly, but it's not going to stop me from trying it. Surely I've tried it once or twice before, but, you know. That goes so far.
All clear. Where to?
Alright, so... Ooh, that's tough. Again, I love the hammer very, very much. You know what? We'll skip it this one time, but usually these buffs are so powerful in exchange because you have to, you know, hurt yourself. Whether it be like shorter dash distance, all that stuff for a little bit. But, okay, that's what I was hoping to do, one-shot those. If nothing else, I want to make sure I have dash deflect again. There's no way to guarantee that, but again, if there's one thing I love, it's dash deflect. Alright, give me something good, please, please. I'm just not a fan, because standing still, it can be really good. Special hits a wider area and deals 20% damage. Dash strike hits twice. You dash strike.
Stygius grows stronger.
Yeah, I think the fist or the sword will be a little bit easier for me to get one with. The spear is probably going to be the hardest, I'd say, of the ones I have left. That's just my anticipation. And then the shield is also... I don't think the shield's going to be crazy difficult, but I don't like the shield as much as I like the sword and the gauntlets. My thought was the gauntlets special was just an uppercut, whereas we have this. We could have gotten a little bit more wider area there, but I wasn't super invested in doing that. But early game, the
I'll be leaving shortly.
That's good. Confidence is key. It's not something I have, but confidence is key. Or so I'm told. But now that we have a dash strike upgrade, that is a little janky though. It feels a little weird. It's fine. I actually really like, even if we can't apply again that debuff, which is what we really rely on. Oh, we can gift, yeah. You know, sure. Meg wasn't there last time. You want one?
Lady Aphrodite, I am truly blessed simply to have made your acquaintance, so this is for you.
I don't know. Maybe we can give one to him.
Relationships are built on reciprocity.
Oh, she's going
So
to
if you
return.
lavish me with gifts, why, what am I to do but give you something in return?
Thanks, Aphrodite. What did you give me? The Eternal Rose.
Aphrodite.
That makes a lot of sense thematically. You want to give me the one that gives me super powerful auto attacks? That'd be so good.
Dionysus prior to my own. He, the most noble and important of us all, the
That's a
god
new
of
take.
himself.
That's definitely a new take, Aphrodite. Okay, so flows are slain. That's just not helpful against bosses. So, do we want 80% damage on special for weak? 50%. You know, let's do on the special. Because I don't think you could stack weak, otherwise I'd be really broken. And again, it only lasts for 4 seconds, so why not do that on the thing we can only do so often? Prophecy Fort. I don't know what that process was. I haven't really paid too much attention. I just know there's that one sure-footing perk I need for Athena. That's all I remember.
Their Highness, the kindly Megara is out for
Oh.
blood. She kept on groaning about the last exchange between the two of you.
Do they intentionally make some of this sound kind of dirty because...
I think I might have gotten lucky.
Like, come on. Alright, let's get Sharon's Opal.
Sure, here you go.
Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Money pomegranate upgrade, okay. We might go for the upgrades. I doubt we'll end up with 2 heroics again. That was pretty crazy lucky like last run. But I do think it's a pretty decent likelihood that we could get something pretty worthwhile out of Oh, got stuck in the wall. And I lost my train of thought. Pretty worthwhile out of upgrading our perks if we go on the second floor for the upgrading 2 perks to next rarity. We'll have to check though, because honestly getting a it's the chance of like it was like what? 4 boons get 1 level, which is good if you already have high level boons. Upgrading 2 to the next rarity, which could be good or it could upgrade like commons, you know. And yeah, we're absolutely upgrading the cast. That's what's been carrying us so far. Ensure Chaos Gate will spawn hand. That could be good because we skipped our previous one, so let's try it. We still have enough money for a boon, and we're going into a money chamber right now. So, could be pretty decent. Oh, it's right there. I figure. We'll have to be careful though, because I think we're at the point where it'll probably affect our boss fight. But like last time we had the one that caused enemies to spawn more and it just didn't affect the boss fight, so I don't know if it just doesn't. Ow. That would be pretty helpful if it just didn't in general, but no guarantee. What is slime? Is it over there? I can't fire it that far. Oops. Yeah, I don't mind this cast. Of the cast that like, because again, a lot of the casts make it so you can't just stick the gems in them for the extra damage from a mirror. A lot of them are still helpful. I actually prefer to go here because I think I might be able to get some max health as well. I just realized I think I just skipped my Chaos Gate, didn't I? Oops. I paid 55 gold for that and then didn't do it. That's awkward.
One might put a price on love, but on my blessings from the boatman for my dearest,
Oh.
I'd say we're settled up.
Okay. Dash deals damage for you. My only concern is it's not a dash deflect, but still helpful. Now we have 2 ways to apply weak. Yeah, that's still a lot of extra damage on the lob. Jeez. Sure. What's this? Borrow. Well, if I'd saved enough money or seen that first, maybe I would have done it, but we'll see. Oh, we're fighting the elite enemy anyways. That's fun. Or another Aphrodite. Apparently we're doing an Aphrodite run. I just... Oops. That's really awkward. Oh, gosh. Better get the feeling it's actually going to be really difficult to... Oh. It looked like it was stunned for just a short second longer than normal when we did that. Oh my gosh, I don't like you. At this point, it almost feels... Oh, I was about to say, it almost feels like I need to predict, but that wasn't going to happen. Alright, so we can replace Trippy Shot. I don't want to do that. The Wide Burst is... Yeah, that would actually be worse. Isn't Trippy Shot... Trippy Shot's only a comment. It does so much damage. Alright, weak effects have a longer duration. Resist some damage. 13% damage reduction or 7.5 second weak. What's the current weak duration? 4 seconds? Oh. You know what, let's do that. That's actually quite a long time of weak duration. Loving awesome. Living there. Up. Demold right there. I can't believe I paid for the Chaos Realm though and forgot about it. That's really awkward. It's a very me thing to do, but it doesn't mean it was... It doesn't make it any less stupid. Gemstones? I prioritize darkness over gemstones, in all honesty. A little concerned that we don't have any max health, but in any given run, you're not guaranteed to have everything you'd like, you know? Especially first floor. What is up? Yeah, our weakness effects, and we're applying weak when we dash, like, weak's gonna be applied for such a long time. I didn't realize, like, yeah, the base is 4 seconds, and that gave us another 7.5. That's crazy. Alright, so max health or shop. We don't have enough to buy a boon from the shop, so let's go max health. We were just talking about how we needed it, too. Alright, so we're going in with no basic attack modifier. We have a decent number. We at least have a epic, which is nice. Let's see which, it's just... Please be... Honestly? Yeah, same. Oh, hey! He was actually right.
You've really done it, Zagreus. My sisters
Oh.
have returned. All three
They've been
of us
back for a
wish
while,
them the
Megara. I
same.
don't want to burst your bubble, but they've been back for a while.
Is it wrong of me that I'm somewhat honored to have garnered the attention of the Erinese?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say it's very wrong of you indeed.
Oh. Can't we just be friends, Meg? You're the only one of the fairies that isn't just super terrible to me. And you still try to kill me. Oh, ow. No, thank you. Oh, no. Don't like flank catch. Dude, our lob does so much damage for it being a common ability. Our Doom was doing like 230 on the tick, and that was a heroic at like level 5. And our lob is like a common level 3 doing like 160. But we can't just spam it, you know. Here. Bye, Meg. I'm sorry. Alright,
Go to Asphodel and die.
try that. My question is, what if I sold like double edge? If I can sell double edge here, I will. Never mind. I was gonna say, because if we go to the muse and got upgraded perks, I'd much rather it upgrade some of my really good perks than, you know, the common that I'm not using a whole lot. I mean, I'm dash striking a lot, but again, would you rather have a fuck perk? Would you rather have that?
Getting warmer.
Back to Asphodel, huh? The danger is that, kind of unlike our last build, because we could just continually reapply the, whatever it's called, if we focus too heavily into our projectiles, that will fall off. Like, no two ways about it, that will eventually not be reliable. Max health or... give me the opportunity, so... It is not giving me the opportunity. I do want more max health. We haven't gotten even close to our, you know, my quote-unquote 200 rule of thumb. But I'd really like, again, anytime I can get the chance to go hermits, I want to see if I can get... Dodge could be good. And also again, getting money between rooms could be good, because that last time we did that, we were able to get, like, 3 boons from that expensive shop on the end. Not to mention, you know, the rest of the game. Ow. Alright, what you got? Yeah, not terrible. It's slower than my previous one. Yep, there it is. I do want quick recovery. That's very, very helpful. Ooh, it's greedy versus safety. You know what we're gonna go for. Okay, max health here, that's fine. Early shop, but if I don't have enough money to buy a boon, if not like a boon and some food, I don't like going to the shop. It just feels kind of bad in my opinion. Genuinely though, oh gosh. This is the one time with this particular build, the perk that gives me my cast back earlier would be really good. I don't know if, like, it's like enemies with the cast inside and drop them faster. I don't know if that counts for something like this, but I'd be interested to see. If it doesn't, it'd be really awkward. But again, one of those, like, I could technically search him up, but you know, just try it out. I'm looking for deflect. If I could get deflect on basic attack, ideally dash, but basic attack would also be usable. One max HP. We're gonna go dangerous here. We haven't been doing the duo gods ones, but we're relying heavily on those two anyways. So it's just Aphrodite for a skull fight or a really tough fight for that. And we are absolutely going Aphrodite because we're more heavily invested in Aphrodite, so I think it's more likely that it'll be helpful. Sorry, Dionysus.
Wisely decided, dearest.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really like her calls him. There's some attack perk. Sorry, Dionysus, don't be too mad.
Hang with me given the choice. I thought I had you sorted, man, but maybe you just don't appreciate the finer things.
Don't get me wrong, like, wine's nice and all, Dionysus, but like, if you had the choice between hanging out with you and Aphrodite, who would you choose? But what am I taking damage from? Oh, it's the, there's Dionysus, like, miss on the field as well. I was having a hard time seeing him because I'm also, dumping a bunch of them down. It's genuinely, like, it's not that hard to see him. Just when I'm focused on everything. Oh, we don't have Reflect. Reflect is really important against the Gorgons. If I get stuck, yeah, I was gonna say if I get stuck in that stone. Yeah, we always come from these... I always shy away from these dual battles because it is 2 perks, but you're basically guaranteed to come out quite a bit worse for wear. Oh, stop that. Where are my casts? Is that the last enemy? Sure hope so. Oh, where did that cast just go? Okay, we're good, yeah. Hi, Dionysus. Sorry I said no to you, but... No.
Alright, it's fine already, Zach. You win this time, and I am good as grapes.
Do we want to try this? You take less damage while staying in that. After party was really nice when it was 50%. Let's try this.
That's good.
I'm gonna try Athena just on the hope that I get Dash to Black. I know I keep mentioning it, but that's like my favorite perk, I swear. Like, defensively. Oh no, it's... Yeah. Oh gosh. think this is likely to be yet another run that I might lose a life in Asphodel. Just given how everything's going so far. Nice. Dionysus perk is helpful. Wait, is there another Witcher or is it just that? Oh, it's just that one. Hi, Athena.
The goddess Nyx has indicated you possess a list of prophecies from the three fates. I've such a list upon Olympus here. It seems to be connected to your own.
Yeah. Kind of. As you take damage, begin each... Ooh. 7% resist. When you take damage, you briefly deflect. Not what I was looking for because the goal is to not take a bunch of damage. So let's do starting God Gauge 30%. If that's 30% of the Telda, that's basically an insta use, so...
Off we go.
Could be helpful.
You want to die again?
Oh! That's on it. Not gonna lie, that actually scared me. I was genuinely confused what spawned. Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, so we have pomegranate shop. We have enough money to make the shop definitely the option, I'd say. Especially since we get, like, what is it, 13 gold per room? Super helpful. Okay, we're not gonna get to see the... I was really hoping to see the lady that would upgrade her stuff, but we can buy all of these.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
So instead of applying weak, we could get Dash Strike deals more damage. Don't know if... Places Passion Dash. Which one's Passion Dash? Dash deals damage. You know, we have other abilities to inflict weak. It's only our special... Well, no, our special and okay, yeah. Sorry, Aphrodite.
Aphrodite won't mind.
Yeah, she'll understand. So we get 2 more seconds on weak. The thing is, we can apply weak with our basic attacks, which I did honestly forget about. So let's just go with 40% God Gauge. Try not to lose life to the Hydra. Eh? What a weird build though. Dionysus Aphrodite is. It's kind of a combo that I think, now that I think about it, makes sense. It's just not one I expected to ever use. Ooh, I went straight to that. I think we save our Dionysus powers for getting rid of the big Hydroid. Maybe do one here if I can get both of these. Ow. Ow. Yeah, I think I got both of them. No it didn't, because that did not do any damage to that piece. Okay. For melee weapon, we just have to be so careful about the Bat Stomp, especially when it becomes a triple one. Okay, nice. We have 2 uses currently. Oh. Down. Where are my casts at? Ow. One's there. Okay, one's here. Getting it out just in case. Oh! That's what I'm afraid of. Okay. That attack actually hurts me a lot. Nice. Okay. Took some damage there, but again, not the worst. Not the worst.
Done bashing heads for now.
Ooh, fish.
Come to me, fishies.
Come to me, fishies. Slavug. That's actually kind of cute compared to the other fishes, admittedly. I am genuinely worried about losing a couple lives to Theseus and Minotaur, but that always happens.
I didn't see you coming.
Oh, I don't care.
Don't worry.
Stupid Hades. Don't worry, bro. Sure, Chaos Gate. Do I really want to risk that in Elysium? Sure. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but we'll try it. Because we're already not at max health and we'll have to give, I think it's 21 health to go in, but we paid for one, and then we didn't go into it like an idiot. So I feel a need to do it, just to be less irritated with myself. We also only have 150 max health. I could gift him a nectar. Does Chaos have love? Because that is technically a valid point. It's a shorter dash, extra attack range. Shorter move. Hit SPGs. One of these two. So, lower dash range for lower speed for attack damage. Or dash strike. Try this. Because we have 2 dashes. Either one was going to be annoying, and this is for an extra encounter, but... like, we don't really just stand still and attack, you know? Ow. Thought I could kill it before I did that. Not sure what I thought I was doing, but... well, that's what I thought I was doing, but it was definitely not going to work. Oh gosh, this movement speed is painful. I'm just gonna run. Yeah, I was gonna say my, oh wow, that was a lot less enemies than I thought it was gonna be. What's in here? We'll try it. As long as I don't lose too much life, it'd be worth it. Oh gosh, that's an exploding jar. If I don't have cast up, which I don't a lot of the time, it's a little bit difficult. Come on. I need this life. I don't want to take a bunch of damage to get this life back, but... yeah, that was still quite a bit net positive. I should not be the supervisor here. No, why was there a neck? I'm so sad. I didn't expect there to be a neck. That's my fault for just hustling ahead, but I didn't think there would be a nectar there. I don't know why there was. That's kind of depressing. Dionysus' call is pretty helpful, honestly. Oh, I hate these ghosts. At least they're easy to kill. If those ghosts were more tanky, it'd be like the most obnoxious enemy in the game, I swear. Nice. Nice, okay. And now we run. We'll do that. Okay. Athena, do you have dash flight for me, please? You know what? That's not bad. So, it'll again take away our ability to consistently apply weak. We still have it on our special, but we're not using the special a lot, and we already got it off of our dash. But I think that's more helpful. I don't know. You know, I just realized maybe. Is that 74 attack damage increased on what I have, or just in general? Because that's only a small... we're still going to do it. I'm sorry, Aphrodite. That's the second perk of that we've gotten rid of. So now we need to be aware, though, that we need to be using our special to get a weak point, and we're already going to get another Aphrodite perk anyway, so... oh, right. Don't know who I thought this was going to be.
You know, you hurt me with this short one business
yeah.
almost as much as with that axe. Why isn't
That is true. He's great. He's the greatest. No! Dionysus literally had the same point as me. He left... oh, gosh. Oh, I can just stack those up. I knew you could stack the regular Dionysus effect, I just didn't know it would work with, oh my god, speed against this is... I'm really worried for when, he starts charging and I'm still running at just Mach negative 20. Ow. Please just don't charge. Oh no. Listen. Okay, it wasn't charging. I thought that meant that it was charging. Genuinely, our Dionysus cast is out. Isn't bad. I need to remember that I can just deflect everything with my attack, so I should be swinging anytime I'm not actively like casting. Nice, okay. Hey, bye.
Got him that time.
Yeah, we sure did.
Allegedly,
Hi, Aphrodite.
sent this message.
Sorry that I've gotten rid of. Ooh. Yeah, I just replaced my attack twice in a row, but it went from rare, applying weak to epic deflecting to heroic weak again. I have one more room of low movement speed. At least it's not the boss. If it was the boss, I'd actually just be in so much trouble. You also have to consider that's a fair bit of strength gain too. That was like 30% attack as well. And the other ones weren't super impressive. One of them I think was like a, what wasn't it? Like one was English. Oh, one was ow. Now we no longer have the ability to deflect, but again, I wasn't really using the strike deflect very well in that one bite. It's why I like dash deflect. But we can literally perma apply weak because we, again, on our auto attacks once again, and it lasts for forever because of our different. We just have to be more careful. I don't know why I'm not using my call, honestly. Keep forgetting that I started with so much bit. Okay.
Chaos has been lifted.
I don't think we need the extra 2 seconds. Let's actually increase Dionysus state, because you have to consider we start with 30% as well. Like, still very helpful. I want more max health, but hammer. Well, can I see in the book? I know there's. What is there? See infernal ones. There's. I don't know if we can actually see it from here. Oh wait. Oh, we completed our entry. Where is it? Oh, we can't see. There's no datless unless it's here. Or here? What? Okay, that's really irritating. I wish I could see. You know what? We're a melee build. We need to be less squishy, but we'll... Fortune favors the bold, eh? Although this may be less bold and more stupid. I do think it's kind of funny that we literally replaced our auto attack twice in a row because it kept giving us higher rarity. And I would say it was totally worth it both times, like arguably from that particular stance. If I'd known that it was going to upgrade the basic attacks the second time, I'd have just not done it then. But there's no way to know that. Oh, I just dashed straight into that like a moron. What do you got? Attack deals extra damage to armor. Your attack restores to... Oh. I'm gonna try that, but that sounds kind of like a bad idea. Because you have to consider that's gonna hurt. Like, our last revive is a flat 100 health. And we do immediately need to do that. But we restore 2 health per hit. But we went from 150 max life to, I'm just thinking the sustain on that could be really good. But that also weakens our revives, because revives are percentage max health. But finding, in battle... I'm really hoping that it doesn't affect consecutive, life gain, because if so, I maybe shouldn't have gone for this, but... Oh gosh, okay. Like, we're getting back to our... Wow, that is a lot of sustain. I think that was probably worth it as long as we don't get one shot. Because you have to consider, like, Hades, I think, does like 40 damage, doesn't it? With the spin attack. The amount of life we're getting back, like... That's a lot of life gain. Okay. Yeah, it is affected by it. That's okay. I'm still gonna go for this. I have 370 money, so that 13 gold per area has been very helpful.
I guess.
Up to 80 max health. Why isn't... Oh, there's a fountain here.
I'm as healthy as within the delicate meat. Is this really as good as it gets for mortal kind?
I mean, 10 more max health, we'll go to the shop. With the amount of money we have, we could save it for the next floor, but eh. I'm gonna skip on the gems.
Just what I need.
Weak afflicted foes are more susceptible to damage. That's probably worth it. Are worth 30% more. But we're so late into the run that's not likely to be helpful, so let's do this. 15% more damage to foes afflicted by weak, and we inflict weak with our basic damage dealing.
Good enough to eat.
20% attack damage, 10% that. Okay, 20% more attack damage. I have a feeling we're gonna lose some health here against, I mean life, or I mean Death Defied. But
I have recovered, as you can plainly see, monk.
So we're locked in an endless
cycle of violence,
basically.
You take that back, Elysium. Or better, I shall...
Okay, to war. Asteris is starting at low HP, so we do need to be very careful about taking damage though because of how we gosh. Maybe I should have saved that. I kind of just used that with instinct, but I kind of wanted to get... You know what, anytime we can get both of them, or it looks like we can get both of them, maybe we should just pop that. Ow. Oh yeah, that's right. Max health, definitely more dangerous, but look at how much life we get back, dude. That's so good. Okay, Minotaur's low. We need to try and take Minotaur. Who did he get? Wait, is that Aphrodite? Aphrodite! I know I gave up like 2 of your perks. I can't tell if this is actually... Yeah, he's glowing pink. That was Aphrodite. Aphrodite. I know I gave up like 2 of your perks, but I got one of them back. No, it's Demeter, isn't it? That's definitely Demeter. Awkward. I totally believed in you, Aphrodite, especially since I gave you a nectar this time. Where is he? Oh my gosh. Okay, I think he's actually dead to the poison, so... Oh! Oh, I thought that was me losing a Death Defied like an idiot. I was like, oh no. Nice. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, he was glowing pink. Does he always glow pink? I might just be dumb. And by might, I mean I'm definitely, but... Slain foes have a... Okay, that's probably worth it. We won't be able to instantly buy like a 150 boon. But no, we get 2 health every time we hit anything. No.
That was Elysium.
That was Elysium, indeed. I'm just afraid, because you gotta consider, even if we're recovering 2 HP per hit, that's 20 hits. If Hades does 40 damage to us instantly with his spin attack, that's 20 hits to get the life back. Shouldn't be too hard, but again, it's dangerous enough. And we don't have the ability to insta-kill the little spirits he summons like a hit and run as we have every other build, which is concerning. Pomegranate could... You know what? What's the chance that it upgrades that health gain? Not enough. It's consistent damage or burst.
Got some zest.
I think we gotta do... Ooh, okay, I really want to do all 3 of these. Let's just hope that maybe we don't find Cerberus' thing early, because I hate to heal, even with how much sustain we have. And then immediately, go fight more. But we've done such a heavily Dionysus, Aphrodite-themed playthrough that more of their boons could be actually really powerful because of how the synergies worked. Athena's also was there, but it was a boss fight. So if we have to go down to the boss fights, that'll be the first one I do, but... Gosh.
Tasty.
That sustain is wild, though. It's actually really helpful.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a perk. I do think the Daedalus perks are maybe a little bit... I'm pretty sure they might be more specific to the weapon. But again, some of them seem like they're just slightly converted. Like, both the ranged weapons at least had the missile. Which it would make sense for the melee weapons not to have a, not to have a missile. To be fair. But, eh.
The snake's down.
No. He's fine. Okay. They're stuck in the corner. Hey, that's not good. Oh, like, that sustain is just... I keep talking about it, but that's wild. That I can just take that much damage and get it back relatively fast. Right here. Okay. Oh, I had Greater Call. Cool. Uh-oh. One second before. Ooh. Yeah, having this much innate sustain makes any... Oops. I was about to say makes any chip damage less dangerous, but... Again, very susceptible to burst. And if they hadn't added that max, like, penalty in, I can imagine how busted this would be.
Had quite enough here, thanks.
Nice, okay. Yeah, look at how much money we're gaining just from existing. At this point, I don't think Deflect Dash is important enough to spend 450, so let's go for the... Pomegranate first, upgrade after. So you can get a massive amount of... Oh, it's 2 upgrades. Okay. 7% damage increase for anything weakened, which is helpful for my cast. 52% God Gauge, that could be good. I'm just going to get the consistent here, because we went for burst last time. Aphrodite first, maybe? Because that's what our heroic ability is. Ooh, no deflect here. $90 max health. Not the most. Again, it means that we're going to be reviving with much... Oh, gosh. We're going to be reviving with much less health when we get our death defies. But as long as we don't just get wrecked immediately again, we'll heal back up. And we have all 4 of our revives still. Oh my gosh, I hate these lasers. The lasers and the poison, it's not like they do a ton of damage, it's that it ticks so fast. Let's see what's in the shelf. You know what, sure. Get a little bit of darkness. Here. Oh gosh. Oh no, we're poisoned. I was gonna try and run away and then we got poisoned. Nothing to sell, yeah. Alright, we found Cerberus Retreat. I'm going to run the risk of going for, I think, the Dionysus perk as well. Reflex are more potent. So the... Actually, like, so... You know, obviously the weekend is helpful, but that's 13% less damage in general taken less, or 12% less if weekend is applied. So surely that should be more, right? We might lose some health going for this Dionysus perk. Oh, and it'll actually give us enough to get the Artemis perk as well. So it's 2 boons in exchange for some fights. Probably worth it. We just might not be going at full health in the Hades, but I feel less dangerous about that when I have 3 sustain. Like, that really was a game changer, I would say, for this run. Especially for a melee run. This might be what I need for the spear if it's possible to get it on the spear. I don't know if it is, but that would be crazy good. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we're decently strong. I really haven't been using my special a whole lot, and I need to be more aware that I start with pretty much all of my enough Dionysus bar, you know? It's just not been that important, honestly. Helpful, but not that important. Okay, that's not good. Is this the last room? Oh yeah, it is. I can see this on that. This is where, unironically, if I'd taken Flurry Slash earlier, I wouldn't have, like, ever. But if I'd taken Flurry Slash earlier, the ability to stand still and flurry someone could have been crazy powerful. But that's one of those synergies that I guess makes sense, but I would never have known about it until because I didn't know that this this life gain perk was a thing. That would have been really funny. Just stand still and heal. Uh-oh. I didn't heal. Oh gosh. Not poison again, because I stood in that poison flag. No. Okay. It was going really well into that last chamber. That's fine. Let's take less damage on Festive Fog. That's really good. Deal more damage with 3 or more. That's not gonna happen. Take less damage. I kind of want to do this. Because I'm not standing in Festive Fog that well. Yeah, let's do it. You get a big amount of area for Festive Fog. But that's gonna help me when I get low, which will happen. Again, it's a lower percentage of health that I'm at low because I have lower max health, but should still be okay.
I guess this means you must have paid the boatman's ransom here. And whatever price he charged you, it...
Was it? You're gonna give me something good? Special or strong? Why would I get rid of that? 2% critical after you cast or hit with that. Okay, yeah. That's just a free 12 damage every time I do anything. Hi, Cerberus, you wanna treat? Still don't know what's in the Satyr sack.
Briefly, Cerberus concludes that yes, he shall accept the sack.
Here you go, buddy. Goodbye. You guys have no idea how happy I am that I don't have to fight Cerberus. It's been so sad. Alright, Hades.
You're not going to stop me.
You ready? Actually, if he keeps summoning enemies this time like he's been, that's actually really good for me. As long as they don't do too much damage to me.
Took all of Nyx's strength to circumvent what should have been a certainty.
Nyx is still here?
Stay dead. Such is the ride.
Nyx saved me, so according to the fates, I was never meant to be born, since neither you nor Mother are of the underworld, something like that.
Oh yeah, I guess Hades technically
was it just another lie you told to Mother and whoever else?
I'd be surprised if it was a lie.
You think everything a lie?
But you really don't provide a great father figure, Hades. It's kind of hard to believe you.
Not that I had much of a choice. Among them, a one-time surface dweller such as I would never have an heir.
You really believe that? Then
Why
why
attempt to have a
child
child
anyway?
No, I don't get it.
You don't know anything.
You don't know
Why
anything.
anyone would choose to have a child is a mystery to me. The fate said I would never have an heir.
Oh, was he like, oh, I'm never gonna have hair, I can do whatever I want, and then he was like, oh. Because if so, that's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie to it.
Quit it with this, father.
And this one, smoke back and then, oh! Okay, that's not good. I meant to save that. I didn't mean to hit F, I just banged. That's one death fight, oops.
No, you don't.
Cover health while we can. Yeah, this isn't going as well as I was hoping it would, admittedly, but I took some stupid damage. Oh. Yeah, spawn enemies like him. Nope! Is that getting me iframes for a second? I have no idea. Ow. Okay, that Dionysus made me stop with the spinning attack, dude. Oh my gosh. I don't have much max life, that really hurts. I'm gonna pop one of those just to make sure we get rid of these. Nope! That's what I was talking about though, with his burst being so high. Okay, don't spin! Ah! Oh. Nope. Stop that. Stop. Stop! Okay, we got it range safely. Can I get that in there? Oh! I got hit by the other ones. I don't want to use Greater Call here. Okay, that's second phase. Little worse for wear. We still have 3 revives, but we're on our last legs this one. The problem is with how low our max health is, it takes one instance of getting stuck in the laser that we could just get wrecked. Oops, I didn't know that would bounce with that. Oops, I thought I dodged through that. One. Ow. Trying to stay close enough to get those, yeah, the Dionysus stacks down, but in exchange I lost a lot of health there. Let's just use these to, No! Oh, you're kidding, I didn't get out of that in time. Ah, this is going so south so fast.
There is no escape.
I still have the big revive, but this is dangerous. If you just okay. Oh, don't do that right now. Woo, this is making me nervous. I was feeling really good about this run, and then it started going very poorly very fast. If I can get another... Oh, gosh. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of tempted to just let him pop those, honestly. I thought he was lasering. Ooh, he gets you into a corner, though, when he does that. We should be okay. As soon as we get our... Oh, my gosh. I take that back. Okay. We should be okay. We have one more Death Vibes that'll heal us full because it's 100 base health. It's ironic that the one that usually was healing us for less ended up being the... Oh gosh. Okay, we got him. That was a little bit sketchy. It did go back to the whole... I wasn't playing it very cleanly. I didn't have to deflect. I wasn't able to instantly destroy the things that he was summoning. But we were able to smack him around a bit, get some health back, which is very helpful. But it was very clear though. Like, I was going through a couple of those Death Fights, one right after another. Yeah, see you later. So that was a little bit scary. That was scary. But hey, we got it. And that was actually our fastest run. Wow. To be fair, we were a little reckless, but we even fought an extra room for the... I would say that the Artemis... Looks like we can't hover over it. The Artemis giving us a bunch of extra arrows was very helpful. We had double heroic again. But the extra arrows, even though it was only 12 damage, with the amount we were attacking and stuff, that gave us a lot of extra DPS. And then the last Aphrodite perk that we got, I can't remember what it did, actually. I'd have to look back at the footage. But still, I'll take it. Very nice. That's half of the weapons done. We need to get a win before we go into all of the... And I think this will be the last run. I'm going to go through all my upgrades and stuff. But for anyone watching the VOD, that's probably going to be the last run. We only did 3 runs, but again, you got to consider each of these runs is now starting to be like Slay the Spire length almost. Because we're going through every floor. Oh, he's saying what we were told the first time we came through. But we need to get a win now with the gauntlets, the shield, and the spear. The shield and the gauntlets, I think I can do. The gauntlets is honestly plays very similar, in my opinion, to the sword. We just don't have as big of a AoE with our special, but we weren't really using our special there. A very similar build could have worked with the gauntlets, and honestly with the shield as well. So, let's see what happens.
Fruits and vegetables thrive within the hidden gardens of Persephone, the one-time queen of all the underworld. A world of life.
Nice.
The realm of death.
Just I like that we actually got to meet Persephone. When we first met her, though, I was genuinely terrified. I was like, is she happy? Is she not? You'd have to watch it was like a 6-hour VOD, honestly. That's why I didn't post it to YouTube, but it should be posted for another couple weeks on Twitch. Because Twitch VODs, when you're not like, I think a partner, still lasts for like 16 days. But it was very touching. He didn't lie to you exactly. Well, telling half-truths is still, it's still lying, Zagreus, like.
Wait, slow down, Zagreus. What do you mean? You told me you would not support
We didn't, did we?
Here you are. How wasn't that a lie?
Because
He thought it was the true thing.
The fates appointed him dominion over the entire underworld, but he would never have an heir, so he was led to understand. He never expected me to be born, much less survive.
That's fair.
He never expected you to survive. Then, forgive my asking, but why did you? How did you?
That's true.
The fates are not known for making mistakes when it comes to such things.
Maybe that's why we have Hades' curse.
My life.
That too, yeah, he did mention she lost all her power.
Raised me in your absence. The fates are her daughters, right? Maybe she persuaded them to go easier on me. She cannot say more.
That explains too why Nyx is so fond of us if she gave up her power just to keep us alive.
By then, you were gone.
It's hard to know why did she do it. You know, it was just a baby. Maybe she took pity on Zagreus being a baby. Maybe it was because it was Hades' son. Maybe it's because it was Persephone's daughter. It's hard to know.
Of course she was
Maybe she had ulterior motives beyond that, but...
I only managed to escape because of her.
Okay, she helped Persephone escape. That makes me think maybe she was really good friends with Persephone.
Nurtured him? And I never would have known unless that child, fully grown and having learned the truth, defied his father and then found me here.
Yeah,
yes,
true.
Although we still don't know how come Father and Nyx never sent for you. Though, let me ask you something, Mother.
It's tragic, though.
If you please. If you had
He clearly only gets, like, it seems at least, like... Again, it's obviously in-game dialogue, but it honestly me seems like maybe he'd only get... You consider there's probably a fair amount of travel time to get to where Persephone is. I doubt it's right outside the underworld. So he probably has to journey not only through the underworld, but a little bit outside in all that snow. And then all that stuff, you know?
To see my only child?
That's what I thought.
Had I but known you lived.
But at this point, to be fair, why ask Persephone to come back down with us so that we don't have to escape, I guess, but like, if we're strong enough to keep getting out and see her for a little bit, why put her through that?
Well then, what if Father didn't want
That's
you?
also a very good point. There is Hades. I wonder what Hades would say. If Zagreus was willing to kind of quote-unquote accept his responsibility and stay in the underworld, if Persephone is willing to come back, as hard as that would obviously be for her, would that fix things? Where would that put like, I don't know, Nyx into a strange situation, but
What if he didn't want
you
me
know?
coming back to him? Or seeing you? Oh no, you're fading again, Zagreus.
Yeah, Hades being
Yourself
Hades.
too hard.
It's Hades.
What is it you meant by what you
But
said?
Hades very clearly seems to somewhat miss Persephone, and again, I don't know, I feel bad for Nyx in that situation after all she's done, but what if that made him all happy, and then Zagreus didn't need to try and escape? Again, it's still, the underworld is still not a happy place, but if Zagreus can't be out with his mother, if his mother was willing to come back, maybe that's... Again, it's a roguelike, so I don't know if there will ever be a conclusive ending, or if there is one. I mean, I don't want to spoil myself on it, but
Father wanted her to
still.
leave, didn't he?
Did he really, did he? I really don't. Hey,
It's
Hypnos.
usually pretty quiet keeping watch over the pool of sticks back there, but it's sure been busy lately. Why,
It was probably
someone
Hades.
else came through just earlier. You should have seen the look on my face when it wasn't you.
Glad to keep things interesting.
Everything is as it always was.
No, it really wasn't. I've gotten to see Persephone.
Have you any idea what time it is?
Oh, don't be that parent.
No. Wait, what? I vanquished you in single combat and finally found Mother, and that's all you have to say?
Maybe he's starting to lose his resolve and we just keep beating him.
Nonsense. Don't you think I would require such an event?
Fair enough.
You're going to pretend as though it never happened. She wants answers, same as I do. She demands you let me pass. Let me go to her again.
Oh, that's the best. I didn't think he was gonna go with that.
This discussion is over. I hardly think this is the time or place to indulge your overwrought imagination.
That's really funny.
I know where we can continue this discussion then. I
No,
found
listen.
a boy, my mother. Persephone, you remember her, don't you? She was pleased to hear about you. But I couldn't stay for long, and I have to find her again. So, guess I'll see you at the temple then.
The ghoulish features of the much reviled Hound of Hell all soften instantly upon the mention of a certain name. Briefly then, the monster is at peace.
Here, boy.
I'm gonna go see if Meg's
Enjoys these pets.
I'm gonna go see if Meg's here, Cerberus. Not that I don't want to give you more nectar, but at this point, I just got an achievement called Three-Headed Boy. I wonder what that's for. Maybe it's for petting him enough times. But yeah, we're at 4 with Cerberus. Whereas we're at 5 with Megar. So at this point, how many are... I just want to see what happens, because we clearly have these actual ambrosias next to my head here. You can see above the diamonds. So I really want to know what happens when you max someone out. And by the time I was thinking, okay, I've got like 6 now, I'm getting more and more. I want to see. At this point, you know, might as well just go with whoever we have the most.
If you decide to, lad. But I do have a question, same as you did, going into this. Why did she leave?
Because she thought we were dead.
Did she leave you in particular?
It's that she didn't even know I was alive. Sounds as though Nyx revived me sometime after I was born, but by that point, Mother had already...
I genuinely wonder, like, is that Hades? It seems like it's Hades' soft spot is Persephone, because he argues with Nyx all the time. So,
Ah, that's quite
maybe,
a bit to
but...
take in there. And it explains more than a bit, I think. Look, I'm not one to speculate too much. I trust you'll find the answers that you seek as you proceed.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Achilles. Yeah, as far as people I want to level up, though, I don't know if I... Can I actually... It's like I gave Aphrodite one. Okay. So, there is affection for... Oh, is there literally affection for every god? Okay, there is. Okay, at least for the Olympian gods. I don't think there's going to be one for Daedalus, because we haven't obviously met him. It's just a hammer. But that means to get our other keepsakes, we do need to give one to every single one of the gods except for Aphrodite now. And I'm thinking there's surely a couple more people inside the underworld. Thanatos, apparently. I don't know if I... Thanatos has only been at the house a couple times. Thanatos, Chaos. So Thanatos, Chaos. All the Olympian gods except Aphrodite. Orpheus. I haven't given one to Orpheus. Orpheus, Patroclus.
So that's his name.
Okay, so clearly I have a bunch of keepsakes. But honestly, while I'm still going through and learning more and more about the game, and especially while I'm trying to get a victory, because if we hadn't had our current keepsake, we wouldn't have won there. You know, the extra revive was what made the difference. So I'm probably not going to switch keepsakes, so I'm not worried about getting those. Again, I want to see what happens when I max out Meg. Then what I think I'll do is give one to everyone I haven't give one to. All the gods, those members. I genuinely thought I'd give one to Orpheus. But I'm going to try and max out Meg. Again, see what happens. Give one to everyone at least once to get the keepsakes, and then we'll go from there. Probably try and max out Cerberus, maybe Nyx, Achilles, like the people I like, you know? Which I do like Meg. You know? When you consider that she's the only one of the bosses that, not counting Cerberus, doesn't hate us. I guess, to be fair, the Minotaur doesn't quite hate us, I wouldn't say, but... eh. You're back.
Got you some more of that contraband you like? Don't suppose I could help you put it away or anything?
Look at me, Zach. You think that all these gifts will make things go back to the way they were? They won't. It isn't possible.
I really do think he has a history with Meg, too, which is part of the reason, too. Like, personal reasons aside, I kind of want to repair that bond, because A, I felt bad that we kept killing Meg over and over and over at the start. But B, I really want to... because clearly, I don't know if any of the other characters have some kind of romantic history with, Zagreus. I can't really tell if there's any other implications, but there really is a lot of vibes that I get from Meg that make me think that something happened in the past.
I hope we're wiser too.
But it's interesting to see that they didn't know each other when they were younger. Are we at the lock now? Interesting. Was there not something? I thought there was a conversation with Meg here.
Hey, welcome.
Death, old age. Hey, that's, I mean, if you're happy, old age is the way to go, is it not? We have the fish too. We have 8 keys. Oh yeah, we should talk to Nyx.
Nyx,
Hi, Nyx.
you saved my life. Gave me life when I was born. Father told me. I don't know what to say.
That's how you know she... Well, again, she either has very, very severe ulterior motives, but I would like to say being optimistic. Like, that's how you know she loves Zagreus. Why tell him? Why, again, and he didn't, again, there was all, like, the stuff, like, he didn't know Persephone was his mother. It wasn't Nyx for a long time, but, like, why tell him? Why ruin his happiness until he needed to know?
There are many things that I am not at liberty to
That
speak
too,
of,
probably.
child, through my own binding choice. These circumstances are among them. Suffice it to say,
That makes sense too.
arrival,
If she could have done it instantly,
extent of my ability,
she probably would have, so...
considerable time.
Took some time.
I never should have been born. Was that what the Fates wanted? Did you defy your own daughters?
I don't know if I put it as defying her own daughters as, like, she is their mother.
Silence. Tempt not my daughters thus.
Okay, sorry.
Thank them for.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, let's see if Deuce had some dialogue, because last time we had to approach her first before she had some. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I just wanted to apologize because
That's okay.
I think maybe I didn't act very appropriately.
That's okay,
last time you
Dusa.
spoke to me.
You're shy.
I just really
Even if Zagreus doesn't have feelings for Dusa, I think you should be really...
I just hope I'll have
You should always be tender around people.
Dusa, please, there's no need to apologize. You've been doing a wonderful job, really.
Especially if there's someone, you know, kind. If they're kind of a jerk, it means a little bit less, but...
really mean it, Prince. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Of course, of course. But I think that's just all about to do in this room. I still don't have 150 gems. I really haven't been picking up gemstones. Again, I could be doing those chests and fighting for them. We did the one there to get the life back, but it's just... It's hard because I'm sitting here saying, like, oh, okay, I want to get my first win with all the weapons, but then when I'm going to do challenge, I'm going to be like, well, I'm doing challenges. I don't want to run the risk there. But we're at 23 escape attempts. Our first one was number 20. And then we won 22 and 23. We did 3 runs today. The spear even went to Hades. We didn't even get to second phase, but that build was super scuffed. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I thought maybe the throwing the spear like a rocket build could be fun, but I don't know if that's going to work. Oh, I kind of thought that was going to cap out at. We could get a little bit more starting gold. The thing is, the starting gold just kind of increases the chance, realistically, that we can get our first free boon from Charon. That was some loud lightning. Jeez. I think that was something. But at this point, I don't think you can spend darkness on anything. I don't really have any other. The opposite side of this is you multiply some of your health by 5% per rank. Yep, gain some extra puncling the floor. The issue is a lot of times what we're doing is we're spending our wealth at the shop right before the boss, so it's not like we'd be making benefit of that. So let's keep upgrading Olympian Favor. 27% chance to be rare. If we can get to the point where every boon, again, if it didn't cap at 25%, maybe I'm genuinely wondering if it caps at 30 or 50, maybe 40, I don't know. But if we can get to the point where almost every boon at least is base rare, that's a lot of extra stats. Because as far as I can tell, the main difference between rarities is just the base stats, and maybe, I don't even think the upgrades, maybe the upgrade rate is a little bit different with pomegranates. But 27% chance that it, you know, it's helpful. We've been seeing a lot more blues, a lot less commons. Not that we don't get commons, but still much less common. And let's just see if Skelly has anything to say too. Oh. Is he not here again? Okay. But yeah, we need to do things with the... I'm going to try and clear the game maybe next stream. With at least one, if not. Ideally all three, but I'm really worried about the spear. But we'll probably stream this again tomorrow. I'm completely down to just keep streaming Hades for like another week or so until I've got quite a lot done. And then we'll go back to Slay the Spire. I know Wormy stopped by last time. Gave us a lot of advice on Slay the Spire. Got some other stuff I want to do. I've been thinking about, I might record a little bit of... I picked up Unrailed. I've seen a few streamers play a bit of it. I know it's a little bit more fun with a group, but I don't know if I can convince my friend group to get it. Or if they'll choose to be appropriate when we... you know, as friend groups do if we played it on stream. But I think I might do a quick YouTube recording of playing a bit of that. So if you... My YouTube channel should be linked to my Twitch. You know, it's mostly just I post VODs. I have like a cover of a Green Day Time of Your Life down there so far. I want to do more covers, but I don't know how to mix. So most of it, and I don't own most of my instruments. I used to be able to play actually over 20 instruments. Was pretty proficient. Again, I went to school for a semester for vocal music. I'd love to do covers, but I don't know how to do those vocals, and that's what I feel like makes covers or original songs really, really stand out. So I'm trying to learn that stuff. I've got a few friends that are more into that. They do a lot of EDM composing and stuff. So I might talk to them. But next time, probably going to do the gauntlets first. I think that'll be the easiest three. I'm just dreading trying to get a completed run, but... Oh, there he is. Yeah, we just said to switch a weapon. But anyway, I'll talk to him later. But anyways, guys, anyone who watched the VOD, came by and just hung out for a bit, you know, I know chat wasn't super active this stream, but thanks for stopping by. You know, you don't have to chat by any means. Like, anyone who stops by, I just appreciate that people like to watch stuff, you know? I know, well, I may not be the most entertaining content creator so far. Still got to learn a lot. A lot of content creators helped me in the past, and it's kind of helped me kind of get away from, I've mentioned this a few times, all of the stress with, like, life, trying to find a new job with, you know, the situation of the world and everything. Still recovering from COVID, all that stuff, you know, like, not me personally, you know, the world. And so if I could even make a couple people smile after all of that content creators kind of done for me, that's all I'm really looking for. But anyways, again, thanks so much for watching, guys. I know it was a bit of a short stream, right about 3 hours. But next time we will definitely try and get victories with that. If not all 3 weapons, again, we only got 2 this time, but we could do a bit longer stream maybe tomorrow. I'll at least try to get one with maybe 1 weapon, you know? And then we'll get into, once we get all of the weapons cleared, or maybe every weapon except the spear, because really, I don't know what it is. Like, at first I thought the bow was going to be difficult, then we had that crazy build, so maybe the spear will surprise me. But anyways, I'll catch you next time. Definitely more Hades tomorrow. Or next day if I don't. Probably tomorrow, though. Anyway, bye, guys.